Hello YouTube and welcome back to Fire Gaming Project. So it's been a while since I did one of these gameplays and chats on YouTube, but I have been doing them on Twitch a few times. So yeah, I'm back to YouTube today, and this is like pretty much within a day of the or within a day of the 3.0 preview live stream that happened earlier this morning actually. So well, almost like a full 24 hours ago. I know it happened on Twitch first, and then it happened on YouTube a few hours later. And of course, I'm in the last time zone for it to premiere. So then I didn't, well, I didn't really get to see it right away. But anyway, it's all good. I mean, I did see it later, and plus I went out during the day, so I wasn't able to really get into it right away. But all good. I was able to collect all the redeem codes, so that's good, and I hope everyone else did too. I'm pretty sure everyone knows that routine by now, right? So nothing like surprising there, and obviously it's been circulating all over the social media as well, so all good. The event was great. I haven't done any videos related to the event yet. Again, I was out, and then I came back, and then I watched the event in full on YouTube after the fact. So that's fine. So now I actually know what happened. While I was out, I was able to see some of the redeem codes. I quickly plugged them in before I went out, actually. So thank you to my members of my Discord who were able to post some stuff. I also saw it on social media as well. So I quickly posted those and I stepped out. And I skimmed through it, like some of the, some of the details of what they were saying. So yeah. All right, I'm just getting set up here. Definitely we can talk more about that with anybody on the chat today. I'm just getting my thumbnail, my description, and all of that set up, and then I'm going to open up a chat window, and then we're ready to go. All right. Let's see, here we go. Perfect. Hi, Rishav, welcome. Thanks for joining right away. Yeah, so did you see the event? I'm sure you did, right? I watched it in full again, like as I just said, on YouTube after the fact. I watched it in the evening, so yeah. This patch is really packed, lots of stuff to do, and it is only 5 weeks long. Yes, I made a correction in my what I typed on the Discord. I said it was for 4 patches because they listed 4 patches. Actually, when I rewatched the whole thing, it's only for 3.0, 3.1, and 3.2. That's 5 weeks long. So 3.3 onward, it will be back to 6 weeks. So it was a 3 week delay only. So yeah. So I edited that in the Discord. But yeah. Yeah, and 2.8 has so much to do still. There's just over a week left of time, I believe, or maybe close to 2 weeks. And yeah, I haven't done everything yet. I haven't gone back. Haven't touched this game to be very honest. In a major way, I've only done like as you may have seen, I've only done the boating event like the other day, and then I did the D-Loop event like before that a few days, and I was like, okay, well, I need to get these done. Obviously, we don't want to give up resources. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, all the events are interesting. And for the Sumeru ones, they're all centered around exploring Sumeru, which was exactly the feeling I got, and that was exactly what they said in the thing too. They want all players to explore the areas, taking pictures of the wildlife and the flowers and the vegetation, and also to explore the dendro mechanics, right? And meet the new enemies and opponents in the field. So yeah, I mean it's a nice intro. And we will be getting two Archon quests. They said that the first act and the second act are both going to be released right away. And we will get Tignari's storyline, and one of the events is going to have Cole's story in there, but they didn't say it's a hangout quest. They just said it just has her story in there a little bit. And we will get a free Cole, so that's good. Yeah. And that was basically what people were speculating and what kind of like leaks were circulating was pretty much true, right? Yeah. Yeah, and Tignari will be added to 3.1 standard banner, and they did not say, and I put this in the Discord, and I've already said this many times before. They did not say that they're changing the standard banner for like with other characters. They only just added Tignari will be added in, right? That does not mean that they're not going to add a Geo character, because if they're going to change the standard banner now after 2 years, they might as well, because it's missing a Geo character still, which they didn't do last year, which I thought was surprising. But anyway, yeah. You haven't been playing a lot either? Yeah, you need more primos? Yeah. That's why I had to make sure I do all the events, and I need to make sure I get all the ones from this patch before it ends. So let me just double check here. This patch is going to end in 9 days and a half, basically, from now. So yeah, just over a week. Yeah, I just need to so I know that I've been tracking all my stuff, even like I know this from last year already, so I just tracked all my progress, so I know that that's why I'm following guides. So I just need to go back to Mona's domain, Mona's island, and then all those little extra like world quests. I think there's 4 or 5 of them unlocked after or that are unlocked now, but they're available all over the different islands. Need to get those done as well. Yeah. Yeah, and then there's one already in my list here. I just didn't do it yet. This one, talking to the boat. Yeah, I didn't do that one yet. Um, yeah. You are making a computer mouse from scratch, designing the PCB. Oh, nice! That's cool. Will I be buying Primos and Adventure Pack since the shop bonus will reset? The shop bonus is not resetting in 3.0. The shop bonus is going to reset in 3.1 because anniversary is not 3.0. That's why they cut it by 1 week, right? And I'm leaning towards no. But I'm thinking that this is I think this is actually a tactic for them. It actually works out really well for them. You know why? By cutting the patches by 1 week, they will make up for the lost time, of course, for the 2.7 delay of the 3 weeks due to the Shanghai lockdown. Yes, I get that. But they also benefit because we as players will lose out on 1 week of events where we would get resources. So some players may be more encouraged to then spend money, right? Because usually that, the last few weeks are usually like really simple, like ones even just like right now, this painting one is like a really easy one, right? Like they're just really easy events where you just get free resources basically, right? Um, yeah, and then of course they're doing the overflowing ley line or whatever, but then like that, yeah, that's fine and all, but then we'd still be missing 1 week of events, like of a regular small event, right? So yeah, that's all. So that's why they're probably gonna, that way it encourages people to then maybe buy a package. I don't know. And I don't know that I think that it's great that they're being transparent though, that it would be really sneaky and nasty of them if they did not announce that Tignari would be added to the 3.1 standard banner onward, and then they expected everyone to just poll for him, and then they announce it afterward during the next live stream. That would piss people off because this will at least give people the option to not poll for him during 3.0, and if they want, they can save all their gems, right? And then wait for other better characters, right? And because we get Cole for free, right? And then yeah, I think it's very good of them to be transparent here, right? Because they could have been sneaky, they could have, which I applaud them for not being sneaky, right? They could have just not said anything and then hope that you burn all your primos on for those that want to burn it all on Tignari, and then say, oh, but he's gonna be added afterward, yeah. Yeah, the standard banner refresh is what. Yeah, exactly. So like after the recent like news was circulating that that's likely going to happen now, because you know how they always say that before, but it was like suspect, right? Then I have one. Well, I only have one wish left over. That's like from like from the battle pass. So I'm just keeping them now. Not to say that like standard banner doesn't have good pity rates anyway, so it's not like you're gonna. It's very. I find that the standard banner is usually you go to pity. You don't actually get them early. Never. I don't think I've ever gotten them early in the standard banner. So I know that it's crappy rates anyway. But regardless, and I haven't pulled them that back. I think the last time I pulled, I think I already stopped after I got my like 5-star or whatever it was. I think it was Mona. So hi Venix or Venix OP, welcome. Greedy bastards. Did I have any luck with my job hunt? Oh, so update, nothing new. I'm actually, okay, so my new update is I've been meeting with my friends lately, so, some colleagues. So, yesterday I met with some former colleagues that I worked with. They've all moved on to other roles, which is great. It's motivating and it's also, inspiring. It's just learning about their journey, because they all pivoted away, from that job. Um, I guess I'll kind of mention it. That job was a banking job. So, yeah. So we were bankers for that one job. And that job, I only did it for 1 year. So that was just, yeah. Anyway, so then like they left and we all moved on. And yeah, one of them is doing really well. He's working in a crypto firm. and he does like the transactional like matchups. I think that's the easiest way to explain it. Basically, he does the accounting. He's not an accountant, but it's kind of like you accounting the trades and the transactions to make sure that they're um, I guess matching the blockchain. I think that's kind of what it is. It's kind of like I guess you can call it like quality control or verification, you know? Yeah. So unlike in a bank or a foreign exchange situation where the computer will handle it because those are easy, or I don't know, the computers are able to. In this case, crypto, the computers can too, but because the volume and the money is very high, they have to double check it as well. So that's his job, and he makes good money. And then like he said that a headhunter reached out to him, and he got an offer for another crypto firm to basically poach him for 150K starting salary before bonuses. So that's nice. Yeah, so he's considering it. It's more than his current firm pays him, but yeah. And then the other person is the one that I mentioned before. It's a female, and she is now a buyer, an insider for one of our biggest electronic chains. Actually, it is our biggest electronic chain store, and so she was able to help me get a discount on my keyboard. Actually, that's why my keyboard arrived last. It arrived yesterday. So that's the reason. So because I bought my computer directly from the Microsoft store, but actually she got the same deal for me. So when she gave me the insider information, it was the same deal. So because of the same deal, there's no additional like staff discount on top of like the Microsoft discount. So it's one or the other. So because it's the same, I just bought directly from Microsoft and they shipped it to me faster. And then I bought the keyboard through her because her discount was 35% off. So I saved like $120 on the official keyboard and pen combination. Yeah, and then yeah, so that was that. Yeah, and then I bought a bunch of like cables and like little peripheral like attachments so that I can do like Switch and PC setup and all that stuff. Like sorry, not PC, mobile setup. I haven't set it up yet, just so we're clear, because my keyboard only arrived yesterday, and it arrived when I was going out to eat dinner with my friends to meet them. So I picked it up on my way back home, like from my concierge, my doorman people, because they hold our packages for us. They're basically like our mail people. So then like obviously I wasn't gonna bring it with me to the dinner. So yeah, and then so when I came home after dinner, then I picked it up from the front desk, and then I I, I looked at it, but I didn't really like set it up. It was late already. So yeah. And then today I went out early. I went out to have lunch with another one of my good friends. So yeah, and then yeah, okay, so let's go back to some of your other comments first. Colleen is free guaranteed, yes, from the event. And they said that I rewatched the whole thing, and they said that you get her even without doing the event first. You know, normally, like even like the official one, like right now, like we have to like trade for her after you collect those like currencies or whatever, right? Like in her event, for Cole, it said that you don't have to. You just have to like open it up and just start activating the quest or something, and you get her. Because I have a feeling they did that on purpose because you need her probably for the although we will have a Dendro Traveler too, but I think you need her for like shooting the arrows, the Dendro arrows. It must be. There must be a reason why they give it to you right away, right? Yeah. Isn't the banner exclusive? So she will be rated up, obviously, on the Tignari banner as well. So that's what they said. So that's fine for people that want her constellations, I'm assuming. Yeah. So how do returns work in my country? Suppose you buy something and you don't like it, can I return it? Yes. So we have a 14 or 30-day return policy for most stores. Mostly the online merchants are 30 days because there's some shipping and mailing back time. But in-store, like actual retail locations, you can bring it back within 14 days, as long as it's unopened. Now, some stores have other policies too. If it's opened, if it's defective, you still can get a refund, or they'll just give you a new item, so you can't get money back for it. They'll just give you the brand new one, right? If it's defective. If it is like or damaged or whatever, right? So they'll replace it for you for free. Now, if you're trying to refund it, they will only take it back if you bring back the original receipt and if it's unopened or the tag is not like if you buy clothing and you don't cut the tag off but you don't wear it and you don't like it later on, you change your mind, you can bring it back and bring the receipt and then they will take it back. If you cut the tag off though, they may still take it back because they can add the tag back on, but they have to check that it wasn't worn, right? And then if it's clothing, and then they will, if it's a tag cut off situation, they will never give you the money back. What they will do though is give you store credit, so you like a gift card, like equivalent to the same price, and then you have to use it in their store basically. Yeah. And then the other thing is that and then certain things are non-refundable. Obviously, like food cannot be refunded unless it's never been opened because of safety issues and health concerns, right? You know, obviously underwear, in terms of clothing, like men and women's, cannot be refunded. Swimwear cannot be refunded, because obviously, because it's touching like sensitive areas and no one wants to buy it after other people have worn it then, right? Or tried it on, so it cannot be returned. Yeah. And then, yeah, when it comes to electronics, yeah, so that applies to the general stuff that I mentioned. Okay, so over here, you can't return something if you don't like it. You can't get a refund, even if it's faulty. You can get a replacement if and only if the defect is not able to be fixed within a week. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, so if it's, as long as it's within the return period here, you can return it, within the policy. So you have to always know what the store's policy is. Now, there are some stores here that are really lenient with their products. They're usually the really big companies. They will just take it back with no questions asked, as long as it's within their within the requirements of what they're willing to accept. I have seen, or I've been told, that some people have gotten away with like returning something like after they used it for like a year. Because some stores are the really big ones, like Costco, they'll take it back apparently, even after a year. And if it broke, but you used it for a year, they'll still take it back. They will not give you a refund, but they will give you store credit, or depending on the situation. I don't know. I've heard different stories. Like some people I've heard some people say that they can get away with it if they like ask a manager or something, or like get really nasty in the store. I'm like, okay, that's a lot of work to like create a scene at the store. Sure, if you really want to do that, I would never do that. So, yeah. Well, never say never, but I would hope would never have to go that route. Like, I wouldn't want to use something myself and then, like, bring it back just so I can get it replaced. Like, forget it. Like, some people exploit these things, that's what I'm trying to say. And they abuse them. What's a headhunter? A headhunter is basically like an HR recruiter. They are specialized in, um, basically helping people find jobs, but there's a different kind. There's two kinds. One kind is like a recruiter where you apply to them and then they help you like look for different jobs that are suitable for you, kind of like they'll find a job for you, then they get paid a commission if they can match you to the job. You don't pay them. Now there's two kinds for that. Like some of them are like the job applicant, like for example me, the job seeker will pay them a fee and then they will help me find jobs, right? Here in Canada, there's that doesn't not exist, but I've heard of that existing in other countries. That doesn't work here. What's more common in North America, here and the US, is that they get paid by the company. So the big companies hire them to go and find qualified candidates to fill the jobs for them. Yeah. And you're probably thinking, why wouldn't the company just advertise on their own website or advertise on like LinkedIn or something? They do, but then because they trust these agencies to find them really top candidates. And in some cases, these agencies are able to network and also poach people from other existing companies. That's why, because like you can post like a job on LinkedIn or online, let's say, on the website, and hope that people that are looking for a job will apply and that you get a good candidate, right? But then sometimes they want to steal, basically poaching. They want to steal a qualified candidate from another company, basically. Yeah, because they know that those are probably the better candidates. Those people weren't actively looking for a job, right? But then through these networks, they can try to steal them over. That's what it is. Yeah. Okay, so 150K USD. Yes. So in this case, I wasn't sure if they're offering him Canadian or USD, but yes, it's annual. I think it's Canadian because it's here. Yeah. And you think Dendro Bow character is necessary? There are a lot of Dendro Bow characters, so there must be some essential Dendro Bow mechanics of puzzles. Exactly. So I think that's why they're giving us her right away. And consumer rights are a joke in India, I see. Yeah, so I can see that because I think maybe people might exploit it, or maybe there's just too many to go with. Here on the really busy holidays like Black Friday and Boxing Week, the stores do say that they don't allow returns and refunds during that peak period, but they will honor it by giving you an extra extension like a week later. So like you normally you would say only get like 14 days. You are able to then like do it like within like 21 instead. Like they'll give you an extra time because it's a peak period. They don't want people to like, line up and queue up the lines to do refunds. So that's why they make it clear that during the peak period, you're not allowed to refund or return. But you can wait until after New Year's, basically, and then if it's like Boxing Week, and then do it. Yeah, that's a lot of money. It's like 7 times the average salary. Is it? Okay. Okay, it could be, yeah, it is a lot. It's not like it's chump change, I agree. It's not as much as the US though. Like, some of my cousins, they worked at Amazon US. They're software engineers. They make 300K American each. Like, they're a couple. Well, one of the girl is my cousin, and then obviously then she got married, so the guy's like my cousin-in-law. But anyway, they both worked at Amazon US. Um, and the thing is, they didn't like it in the US because one, they were paying rent there. The rent is expensive. It was like 3,000 or 3,500 American per month. And yeah, anyway, they didn't like it there. Also because they're away from like family and friends here, right? So then like they requested to transfer their jobs back to Amazon Canada in my city, Vancouver. And yeah, it was accepted, of course. But then upon transfer, their salary dropped because apparently the same position in here pays less. And also in Canadian dollars, which is worth approximately 30% less than American dollars. So they're making less on the actual number itself. So I think their final number was either 150 or 180K. So it's like more than 100 plus off, and on top of that, they lose 30% technically because the money is also, well, mind you, they're Canadian, so it's normal. But then they were gaining, let's say, an extra 30% because it's American money. Yeah. So yes, but they were willing to let it go because they did it. They did work there for a few years, and then they came back, and then they're like, it's not worth it to stay there because you know what, your happiness is more important. That's what I was saying. Happiness is more important than money sometimes, and it totally, I agree. So they came back here, and then they bought a house, and they had kids. So good for them. Yeah, the house that they bought was I think $2.6 million or something. Yeah, something like that. And it wasn't a new house either. It's like an old one that it required like a fixer upper. And it wasn't like it's like an okay area. It's like a decent area, let's say. It's not like a crappy area, so yeah. For that kind of rent, if they pay double of that, they can rent an entire hotel there. Oh, really? Okay, yeah, rent is expensive. Like in my city here in Vancouver, our rents are really expensive too. So, okay, the reason why it was expensive there where they were staying is not because the city is great. It's because the city that they were staying in was ripping people off, kind of, because it's like their mini Silicon Valley. You know, Silicon Valley is like in the San Francisco area normally. So that Seattle, Bellevue, Bellingham area, I know that the city names may not make sense to you, but that area, became a mini Silicon Valley because all the tech firms had some people like had certain offices there, including Amazon, and then obviously the people that the landlords in the area obviously figured that out, that there are all these tech professionals that make like hundreds of thousands of dollars, so they're gonna hike up all their rents obviously in the area. So that's what happened. Yeah. And they even told us that the apartment that they were renting wasn't like a new one or anything. It wasn't anything fancy. It was a very basic apartment. Yeah. So like the condo that I'm living in, that I own, this one, if I was to rent it out, I would get 3,000 plus Canadian though, but 3,000 plus a month. Yeah. But mine is new and mine is premium. It's not like a basic apartment. So there are differences. How's my new laptop? I haven't set it up yet. It's actually still in the box on the table. All the components are there. I just, like I said, I haven't, although the laptop arrived earlier, but because I didn't have all the things, I just like left it. Like I took it out to look at it, yes. But like I didn't like set it up yet. I didn't even turn it on yet. Yeah. And then, like I said, like my laptop arrived, but I only, sorry, the keyboard arrived yesterday and I only picked it up after dinner and I didn't set it up. Yeah. So I will try to set it up tomorrow. I'm excited too. So much to learn. Oh, and I forgot the app that you were Reality, right? Reality VR. And then you said that I have to like do it on my iPhone as well. Is that what I have to do? I remember that you sent all the steps in the Discord. I forgot if that was in one of the bigger chats or was that in our private, like a private DM chat between me and you only. I forgot, but I think maybe it was private. Maybe that's why. Because I went back to look through it today and I couldn't find it, but maybe it's there. I know it's there, so. So that's one thing I have to set up, for sure. Reality VTuber in my DM. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'll go back and I know it's there, so I'll double check. Yeah, so that's that, and then I'm excited. Like I'll be honest, I actually really wanted to like kind of do some like videos for Octopath, like the game that I'm playing on mobile right now, because there's a lot of like smaller YouTubers that are doing it too. Because well, they like the game obviously, but they're also doing it, and you know they got some views, and I think it's a great topic. Now it would be different than this, where like right now it's kind of like I wouldn't say Genshin's like the most interesting, but at least it's more like action-y, like for the large screen. Those ones, if I was to do videos for those, like they're not even showing their gameplay. Like they show a little bit, but I don't think people like watch that because that gameplay style is very retro and like turn-based, so it's not going to be as appealing to like stream as like actual game. But what they are doing is posting videos like giving tips and stuff, which are tips that I figured out myself too. So I was like thinking, oh, I can do that. So I want to do that. My point is, yeah. And it is a gacha as well. However, I would say that the gacha rates are really good in that one. And I got basically 6 out of 8 of the basic standard 5-star characters already. And I was pretty much free to play. Yeah, and then I just decided to put a little money in there, but like, it's only to support the game. I didn't like go crazy. Yeah, and then now knowing that I got pretty much a lot of the 5-star characters in that game, I didn't bother putting more in because there's no point because I already got all, well, not all, but like I got a lot of the good characters already. So I'm like, well, I don't need to spend money really. So yeah. Oh, hi Noan. Welcome. Sorry, I didn't see. I was talking away. You think your account is glitched? Can I check your account? Oh, okay. And look at your history. How can I... Are you on the North America server? I'm in North America, so I can only see it if you're in North America. Yeah. So Reshaf says, you tried it and apparently it's easier to use with Android. It supports windowless streaming on Android, so you can go wireless and control the phone from the PC as well. Okay, I'll have to look into it. I'm sure there must be tutorials too. So right now I'm using a temporary iPhone. Again, I haven't decided on what new phone to buy yet, so yeah. Oh, okay. So no one says, can you, no, you're not. No, log into your account. I cannot, I don't think I can log into your account in, North America. So, I don't know. Reshab, are you able to help out? Well, I don't know how it works. I've never logged into other people's accounts, so I don't know. But if I don't know, are we allowed to log into other people's accounts? Because if that screws something up, I don't want to risk anyone's accounts for that. Yeah, I'm a PS5. So, yeah, I'm a PS5 streamer, so, yeah, like what Risha said, we're region locked based on the PS5 account, so it's not the same as, like, PC and mobile, unfortunately. And yeah, I can't even log into other people's Genshin's accounts because in order to do that, I'd have to like delete mine from my PS5, I think, or something. I don't know how it really works. Okay. Oh, okay. So your level 58 account got hacked, and his account is just an alt until MiHoYo answers you. Okay, you're bad. No, no, you're not wasting time. But like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know like how it works, to be honest. And again, PS5 has lots of restrictions. That's the only unfortunate part. I wish I could do more. I'm sorry too that I couldn't help you. But yeah, PS5 has lots of restrictions. I can't even like I tried to like even like way earlier in my channel. I tried to like do giveaways and stuff, and I couldn't even figure that out because it doesn't work. Yeah. So I didn't do it in the end, of course. You just need their email and password, and then they give you the OTP. Oh, interesting. Okay. Um, well, I mean, I don't know. Oh, you mean like on mobile or something? I don't think I can log in on PS5 for sure, but I think on mobile you can log in on other people's accounts, perhaps, I guess, right? I don't know. But I don't have it on mobile. My phones are old. That's why I don't play on mobile. I can only play this on PS5. Since I got a PC, I can do giveaways. Oh, true. Right. But then okay, let me think. How would that work? Yeah. Because I couldn't do it, so then like I didn't bother looking into it more. You're right. Now that I do have a PC, technically I could. I could. Like I knew, yeah. So we'll figure that out. That could be something to look forward to, yeah. I'm not gonna say no, but I don't know how it would work, but we'll figure that out. Remember, the other issue isn't just about whether I'm on PC or mobile, it's or PS5. The other issue was how do I give it to people? Because like we might be in different parts of the world, right? And remember, I checked with Google and iOS gift cards and gifts and like the Google Play Store and the iOS Store, and also checked with Coda Shop as well. I can't buy it from Canada and give it to other people, um, so that's the only problem as well. I don't know how other people do it, but because they must have this problem too, but I don't know how they're able to like buy it for people in other parts of the world. Or it's just Canada is just more like strict, I don't know. That's why I don't want to get anyone's false hopes up, because that's the other issue. So first of all, like Google Play credits and Play Store credits and Apple App Store credits, if I buy them here in Canada, you can't use them, for example, in India. They won't work. They won't even allow you to like foreign exchange them. It doesn't work. Like credits that are bought in each country, or I think they're region locked for the store. So that's number one. And then Coda Shop Canada is the one that I asked, and then I said I asked them, can I buy it from like Coda Shop like Asia? Because there's a Philippines, Thailand, and Singapore account, because those ones use English on their website. And then I went there, and then because they have Genshin listed, and then I asked them, I actually emailed them, right? And then they said that my transaction will be blocked, and I even tried. I actually like typed in my credit card information on the Asian websites, and then it declines my transaction. So I was just doing a test for myself. It doesn't work. So yeah, and then I emailed them, and then they said yeah, it's not gonna work. They like lock these things because in case of people stealing other people's credit cards from around the world or identity theft or whatever, they don't want to deal with that basically. So that's not what they said, but that's what they're implying. They don't want they want to minimize the risk of fraudulent like use basically. Yeah. Oh, no one got Klee Pity 3 and Yoimiya Pity 3? Interesting. Is it glitched or something? You can do welcome giveaways. You can recharge using the shop now. You just need their email and password. Oh, interesting. And you got Chi Chi Pity 8 and UID in the Noel banner. Oh. Yes, but welcome can be bought anywhere and used anywhere because they have the same price worldwide. Most stores lock out transactions because they do regional pricing where they have lower prices. for like, okay, like India. Okay, I see. So yeah, so again, we have to look into it a little bit more. I just have to figure that out. Yeah, maybe I think Welkin is what people have been giving away. I did see other people say that okay, so I saw some streamers say that they would send a PayPal to people, but then that is also, I'm gonna be honest, that's also kind of iffy because when you send a PayPal, um, PayPal will take a fee, and that's fine, the fee is minimal, but then the person receiving it won't get the full amount then. That's what I'm saying. Like pretend, I'm just saying, pretend the welcome is $5 a month or $5 for one, right? American, let's just use that, right? You know, and then plus tax or whatever, fine. So then like pretend I pay it, okay? Or I pay that exact amount and I send it to you like via PayPal. But when you withdraw it from PayPal, you have to pay a fee. So you don't actually end up with the full amount. So, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. They'll take the fee and they'll take a conversion. So they take two fees basically. So that's why you don't end up with the full amount. So you don't actually end up with the welcome. Like if I gave you $5 plus tax even, right? Or if I gave you six just to cover some taxes, but you in the end might not even get five. You might only get like 450 or something, and which won't be enough, right? You know? Yeah. But I agree, PayPal is easier. So for one of my other games that I bought, I haven't started yet. It's so stupid of me. Again, it's me doing that again. I bought it like before, like I think was it a month or two ago when it was on sale in the store because it never went on sale. Anyway, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. I haven't started that game yet. I keep saying that I was going to, but I didn't yet. Anyway, it comes with gacha codes for its original OG game, which is a gacha mobile game, right? Because the one I got is the fighting game with RPG mode. Um, yeah, it's a 2D fighting game, but it has a 2D RPG mode for the story of like the characters. Because I only fell in love with that because I watched the anime, the two seasons. That's why I bought that. Anyway, so those codes apparently are worth money because they're basically like roles in the gacha game. So then I went on like to Reddit and then Reddit people were saying you should sell the codes and then on eBay people were selling the codes and then yeah, anyway. So then like I posted on Reddit and just like DM me and then two people DM'd me and then they asked me how much I'm selling them for and I said I'll just sell them for the going price. So the going price for one of those gotcha codes is $15 US. So yeah, that's what I charge them. Although I'm in Canada, but then like that's the rate. And then in Canada, of course, we can hold US dollars too, right? So it's fine. So then like yeah, so then I that's what they did. And then so yeah, so it was fine. But both those players sent me like $15. I gave them the code via text in Reddit, and then they confirmed with me. I made sure that they gave me a screenshot that it worked because I don't want them to complain because there's this other situation with PayPal. If the buyer complains to PayPal, they get a full refund. Um, yeah, because they can make up some bullshit and say like, oh, they didn't get it or something, right? You know. So I needed them to give me the screenshot that it worked, and they did, so that's fine. Of course, they weren't nasty either; they're just players, right? You know, so they did not complain, so that's fine. But anyway, the money is just sitting in my PayPal account now. And then my point is, when I went to withdraw it, it does take a conversion fee for me. From US back to Canadian, and it will take like a service charge as well. So I was like, oh, okay. That's crappy. Can't you like use the PC to do the thing? So right now I'm using an old. So my setup is I'm using an old mobile, like, which is not even mine now. My phone died and it was old already, and I'm using a temporary phone. And then my computer that I'm looking at right now, so I can see this chat, is also old. I bought a new computer this week, but I haven't set it up yet. It's literally in the box. Yes. Oh, hang on. Let me do the Enka thing. Give me one sec. Thank you for that. Let me just take a look. I'm gonna look it up. Oh, you got it right? Oh, thank you. I was gonna copy it and I have the Enka URL too, but thank you. Okay. So yes, you have your AR20. This account is AR29. It has a 50 level 50 Klee, a level 40 Yoimiya, and a level 40 Chi-Chi. Um, but it has this error message that says, please enable show character details option in your character showcase in game to see the details. So that's something that you have to do in the game, otherwise we can't see any further. But otherwise, you do have those three characters displayed, and I'm sure Rishav also can see that, and you can see it too when you click that link yourself. Did I know that they banned VLC here? Oh, you mean that video playing app that comes on the computer? People are watching too much videos and it's not good for people. So are they gonna ban like YouTube and like other like sites like that too then? Like Twitch? Because those are videos too. Those are probably more videos than like VLC. And yeah, no one's very lucky. He got like, well, I mean, depending on if you like Chi-Chi or not, but like Klee is good. Like I love Klee. And Yoimiya is pretty good too. Twitch is restricted there. You can't watch more than 2 hours. Oh, okay, interesting. Good to know. So yeah, no, and you can check, you can click that link too, and then you'll see yourself because that is an external third-party service that just links and checks your UID for you. So that's how you can see your own account. You don't know how I did it, but Klee is 105 crit damage and 27 crit rate with 3-star and 4-star artifacts. That's pretty good for an early build, yeah. So YouTube got the pass because Google branded it like an educational service? Interesting. Well, please. We all know that YouTube is not only educational, it's like mostly entertainment and fluff. Nothing wrong with that, but it's not only, like, my point is, it's not an exclusive educational service, is what I'm trying to say. Interesting. So anyway, back to my job search thing. So just to summarize, I am pivoting. I'm gonna make a change. I'm actually so originally I was looking only for digital marketing jobs because that's my current background. Yeah. Anyway, I am now after talking to my friend who's doing the crypto, and I am interested in crypto too. Maybe I'm gonna look into that a little bit more. Another one of my friends, they took a data analyst certification. It took them 2 to 3 years though. But anyway, they did data analyst certification. And they got a data analyst job, of course, at one of our big companies, and then they got poached, or they applied elsewhere, and then they got another, they just recently changed, I think a third time. So job hopping is very popular right now, especially during the pandemic. First of all, the labor market is very like tight, and or at least here, like North America, people are like I said, they're hiring headhunters to steal people because yeah, anyway. So people are job hopping, sorry, switching job to job because when they jump, they can request a higher salary at the next jump that they go to. And job hopping was already popular previously, but it's just more popular and accelerated now during the pandemic. Um, so yeah, anyway, so he left 2 data analyst jobs, so now he's his third one, and it's paying more than the other two, obviously, because like, he kept jumping. And then he's also in talks with another one. Obviously, he didn't tell them that, but and the other one is offering him, I think, around 100K. So he's considering going to that fourth one, but the fourth one is not officially an offer yet. They're just in talks still. So obviously, we'll see. Um, yeah, so that's the situation right now. So anyway, I looked into it. So data analyst, I'm not sure if it's for me. So that's why I'm not 100% like, just obviously I'm not gonna just do jobs that people say that are good, right? I mean, as long as it's good for them, I'm happy for them, but it has to suit me too, right? So I'm gonna look more into the crypto side and see if there's any opportunities there. And I'm gonna look more into like other things now. I think I was a little bit, I'm not gonna say narrow because digital marketing is pretty broad, but I think I have expanded a little bit now. So yeah, because my background is marketing, not digital marketing, but marketing, and as I mentioned, banking earlier. But also, it's also project management. I have certifications in that too. So yeah, so I was trying to more focus on like the marketing side because I find that more fun, like digital marketing, because I figured that can apply for myself here too when I do like content and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, so that's my update. I'm still looking. I'm pivoting now, so I am going to switch it up and see how I do when I maybe add in some other like types, like such as um, crypto related jobs. And I'm going to right now. I'm okay. So right now I'm relying mostly on LinkedIn jobs, and I kind of yeah. So anyway, I need to expand my search to include headhunters and also to include applying directly on certain big company websites. But then whenever you apply directly, it's also well. Anyway, whenever you apply in general, they could just go into like an abyss, like into a void, like a black hole. You'll never hear from it again, right? That's fine. But then like it is something that I have to do, right? It's a numbers game, so I just have to apply. Basically, is what I'm trying to say for more things. So actively apply for more things. I've already been doing that, but I just need to do more. It's fine. I mean, I'm getting I still get unemployment payments, but then it's not like it's enough. I mean, it's enough for me because I'm pretty frugal and I can live off of it. And luckily, I own my home, so I don't pay rent. I mean, I pay my mortgage, yes, but my mortgage is cheaper than if I was to rent this out, though, right? So even though the interest rates are higher now, but yeah. So yeah, so that's my major update really. Nothing major per se, but that's that. Yeah, and then here we are spending money like on a laptop and everything. But I did like flip some stocks recently, so that was good. I did sell a stock that I held for like a week and I made 2,100 bucks. Had I held it till this week though, so I sold it last week. Had I held it to this week though, it would have doubled, but whatever. It's fine. And then I thought, well, at the time I'll take the 2,100 bucks and then I'll buy a laptop with it, which is what I did. So it's fine.
固若金汤。
Number one, Arson Child, welcome. Greetings. We're just chatting randomly. How it works here is we just talk about random stuff. It can be about Genshin or any other topics. And I was just sharing with Rishav and the others about my job searching update. That's all. But yeah, what did you watch the 3.0 event? And are you excited? I'm sure everyone is, right? 3.0. I said 3.0. Did I say 2.0? I said 3.0. The event earlier today. Well, it's on YouTube still. Like you can, if you want to watch it, it's there. Yes, 3.0. Did I say 2.0? Pretty sure I said 3.0, but that's okay. 3.0. So earlier we were just saying like because it's 5 weeks per patch for the next 3 patches, it could impact certain players who won't, because we're gonna lose 1 week of resource like events basically at the end of every patch. So I don't know if they're gonna give us more rewards for the remaining events that actually happen, or they're gonna just leave it and then like expect people to just farm up more of their own, or maybe that way would force people in some cases to buy those packages in the store. This is your first time seeing a green ping player? Oh, okay. But mine sometimes does turn yellow too. And I've seen red too sometimes. Once in a while, it does happen. My internet is pretty steady overall though. I have fiber optic internet, and I paid for 150 Mbps, mega megabops or whatever it's called. I don't know what's called. Yeah. I think the highest is at 300 or 500. I don't remember. Anyway, I didn't pay for the highest. I just paid for 150. So then the requirement is that they have to keep as close to that as possible at all times because I paid for it. That's my contract. So. NA peeps are lucky? Oh, okay. I don't know if we're all lucky, but yeah, I'm in a city, so that might like an urban like city, so yeah. Yeah, 150 megabits per second. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and then 100 down and 50 up is all that an average person needs. Exactly. So like so the thing is that they're pretty sneaky when it comes to packages here. Um, yeah, they don't offer like what you actually need. They offer like more than enough or above on purpose so that they can charge you more. There's no such package for like 100. So what they do is they offer 50, which is lower than anyone would need. Like obviously, right, and then those are really cheap because it's like basically not sufficient, right? Then the next one is 150, then the next one is like either 300 or 500 or something like that, Like they don't offer anything in between because if they offered 100, people would pick 100, right? And then they would, it'd be cheaper than 150. That's what they do. Yours is a symmetric package? 60 up and 60 down. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah, so that's how it works here. So I think telecom in Canada is people have said it's really expensive, and it is. But I'm glad, I'm lucky that my cell phone bill is relatively cheap. Mine is only $35 a month, which is one of the cheaper ones. Other people pay like between 50 and 90. Some of them pay even 100 a month. So I am fortunately a loyal customer, I guess. And yeah, I have like those older plans that they grandfathered me into that I kept. And even after I've modified it a few times, it's still semi-grandfathered. It has old aspects to it. So yeah, because I only use like normally I work from home, right? And then or even if I was in the office, well, we have if you're in the office or if you work from home, you have another work phone, right? Regardless. So I would never need to use my own phone anyway. And if you're in the office, you shouldn't be checking your phone anyway, your own phone, unless you're on break, right? And then if you're working from home, technically, like I have Wi-Fi, right? So I would never end up using my phone data, like for my data plan, it's usually full because I never go out hardly. So yeah. So I don't pay for like the high amounts. Where did I get the floating pet from? Oh, this purple one is from the Inazuma event. So it was way before. And we got all the pet let me go to the pet screen. Where is it? Here, where is it? Yes, okay. So when you first start the game, you can pick gold, pink, or blue. So I picked gold. That was in the Mondstadt or Liyue region. Then when we moved on, so they never did. Oh, sorry, they didn't do it in the because they released Mondstadt and Liyue together, so it counts as one, which is stupid. They should have given us both, like two, right? Anyway, then when Inazuma launched last year, we got purple, so I got that one. So next, when Sumeru launches, the green one is gonna become available, so I'm gonna get the green one, yeah. And then this is like the baby Oceanid. She was also one of them, and then we had the baby samurai, paper samurai talisman from earlier this year. Was it earlier this year? Yeah. So yeah, so this was like late last year. So yeah, we got all these pets. Actually, the baby ocean is quite cute because she floats around. But in the quest, when we had her, she was talking to us. Kind of annoying, but she was cute and she was talking to us, yeah. You haven't finished the Inazuma quest yet? Oh, so it was a limited time Sealy quest. So if you, it's okay if it sounds like you're a newer player, so it's okay. Like, you will get it for the Sumeru event though. Yeah, it only happens once per country, I think, so far. But then because Monster and Liyue launched together, then they only gave it one time, which I think is dumb because they started off with three colors and no one is able to collect all five then because you can only pick one each time upon completing the event. Because I would love to collect all of them, right? Who doesn't, right? You know, who wouldn't want to collect all of them? But I don't think we can now, so. And then also that samurai talisman guy, he talks to us during the event, but he doesn't talk when they're like when they become your pet, they don't talk though. So it's kind of silly. It's dumb. It would be kind of nice if they talk to us, but even Paimon doesn't talk to us, I guess. Like when we're traveling around, unless it's a story. Will I pull on the Tignari banner? I will, because obviously I do videos, but I'm okay if I don't get him. And I'm especially now okay now that they confirmed that he'll just be part of the standard banner, and therefore, he's also part of, if you lose the 50-50 on a character banner, you have a chance to get him then, right? Because he'll be considered one of the standard ones, right? From 3.1 onwards. So if I don't, so I'm not gonna pay for him for sure. Yeah. So if I don't get him from my free saved up wishes by then so be it. Yeah. Because eventually you'll get them all, I noticed, because everyone eventually, as long as you play long enough and just pull from the center banner or just pull on the featured banners, and if you lose on the featured banner, you'll eventually collect all five of the standard characters. Well, eventually it'll be more than five. I anticipate Albedo to be the Geo representative that will be added. They didn't say that today, but I'm pretty sure when they change the standard banner, they're going to have to add a Geo character because they never added the Geo character last year, which is so stupid. But now they're going to change the standard banner once and for all, so they might as well add it now. You'll go wish on a Zhongli instead? Okay, yeah, Zhongli is a good one, yes. I recommend in this case then, because now we know for sure and for a fact that Tignari is standard character afterward. I think, yeah, go for especially because you're a newer player, or at least you missed some of the earlier events, so then you should go for like Zhongli, because like, look, he just makes everyone feel more secure. So Zhongli is a must. Ganyu is definitely good too, if you already have Zhongli, for example, or you have a good shielder. Yeah. Especially if you're early game, you'll feel more secure with Zhongli and he'll protect you. Cause like, you might not want to bring a healer all the time, right? And at least Zhongli can do damage too, if you build him that way. What do I think of Dory? Looks like the sister of the guy who gives Primos for scrap and keeps getting scammed. But didn't they say that she's the scammer in this case? Not scammer, but like she has the so-called best items and she charges really high prices. I'm gonna be honest, I feel like Dory is kind of like a definite skip. I think a lot of the 4-star characters are definitely traps. Thank God we get a free Kale because then you don't have to wish for her technically if you skip the Tignari banner altogether. So I think it's great. So technically, by getting a free Kale, we don't need to wish on the Tignari banner at all. And for the for the Dory banner. Like really, it's Kokomi and Ganyu, right? I already have them obviously, so I'm happy that they made this decision because I will pull a few times for Tignari, and then if I don't get him, I don't get him. And then for all the other remaining banners, I'm gonna skip them. Because we gotta save our wishes for like the other new characters, you know? I want Nilu. Like she's totally like the star of that, in my opinion, the star of that trailer today, right? She was like dancing and talking so much, basically, and it just looked really graceful and elegant and of course waifu, right? So like yeah, Isla's not here right now, but Isla obviously said that he's gonna go for all the girls, right? He doesn't want the guys, he just wants the girls. So Zhongli is gonna protect us from the Raiden battle? Yes. It will help for sure. You have John Lee. 53k HP. Wow. Ganyu and Kokomi. One hot and one cute. Yeah, that's nice. And now that, of course, Kokomi is better than when she first released, it's actually not bad to have her. I definitely don't mind having her now. So they'll do that, I think. They will always change the characters around or rebalance them and give them like artifacts and stuff to make them better, to sell them,
此乃
basically.
天道。
It's all about money in the end, right? And I'm definitely skipping, even if I get Tignari, I'm skipping his bow though. Because Tignari will do fine with an Amos bow, which I have an extra one, so no one's using it. So I'm definitely just gonna give it to him. Because I wasn't even a fan of Tignari to begin with. Like, nothing against his character design or anything, but because he's a charged attack shooter and you actually need to like aim his shots and stuff like that. I don't really like bow gameplay style on PS5. So that's just me. So that's why I was already kind of leaning towards skipping. And now that it's confirmed that he's going to be a standard character afterward, it made me feel way happier and like I'm like, oh, for sure then my decision is correct to skip this character. Is Nilu an NPC? No, she's gonna be a 5-star. She's a Hydro Sword 5-star. She can split water. That's her dance. She dances and the water like splashes and splits in front of her. And then the sword in the back is behind her and it starts flicking around while she's dancing. That's her ult. And Kusanali, yeah, Kusanali is going to be the little girl and she's going to be playable. Yeah. Of course, all the Archons are. I can't wait for her too. I'm pretty sure she's gonna be a catalyst user, and Dendro of course. But then I wonder if she's gonna be powerful or if she's gonna be a healer or something like that. And I don't know if they're gonna announce more Dendro reactions moving forward in future patches, because so far they've only announced 2 new ones in addition to the burning that we already know about, obviously, right? You know, so then they have Catalyze and Bloom. Bloom is with Hydro and Catalyze is with Electro, right? That's fine and all, but are they gonna
聚
not
收
add?
并蓄，
Because I feel like it's a missed opportunity if they don't add actual other um, reactions with like Geo. Like Geo is the most obvious one. I was like, where the hell is the Geo reaction? Because hello, Dendro is plants. Plants grow out of the dirt, which is Geo, right? You know, so like you had better come up with like some kind of Geo reaction. You know what I mean?
寒
That one is the
雨
more
来时，
obvious one.
朔风起义，克！
But I also know that Geo is very hard to react with. Geo can only do Crystallize so far in the game, so that's why I think it's an opportunity if they can create a Geo and Dendro reaction. You'll definitely roll for a Dendro Lolly Archon? Of course, yeah. That's why you don't want Tignari then, yeah. There's still nobody a Hydro Claymore. Yes, there is no Hydro Claymore. So there are rumors that Varka is he the head of the Adventurers Guild or the head of what is it? The Favonius Knights or whatever. Yeah, like well, he's not the current. Well, I don't forget if he's also one of the heads because Jean is the head, right? But whatever. Like Varka is rumored to be a Claymore Hydro character, and rumored to be a 5-star character. I don't know if he's 5-star or not. If he's not 5-star, that'd be perfect because people are expecting to already pre-planning to give him the Rain Slasher, which is that crappy green claymore. Yeah, because it has a Hydro passive as one of the options. POV anytime a new interesting character gets launched. Let me see. 36 seconds. Hang on, I'm gonna click that link. Oh yeah, Yao Yao, yeah, and then Baiju, like those are all characters that we're still waiting for, right? Yao Yao looks really cute, by the way, and I'm pretty sure she would be like, well, she's not gonna be the free one. Remember back then, back in the day, people were saying that Yao Yao was gonna be our free Dendro 4-star. Well, now it's been obviously determined that it's gonna be Collei, but you know, there was hope back then for Yao Yao, but not anymore, I guess. She'll be a 4-star, but a Dendro 4-star Catalyst, I guess. But she won't be like free, I think. There's also Quicken, right? You're gonna go now. The dinner's ready. Okay, well enjoy your dinner. Yes, thanks for joining. We'll see you next time, and feel free to join our Discord. Link is in the description. Yes, and feel free to follow on Twitch as well. Yeah, Quicken, and there's also Slow or something. But those are part of. I think they said it's part of the Catalyze. It's like a because Catalyze has 3 parts to it apparently, or 2 parts to it. So once you hit them with Electro, then if you hit them again with Electro, it'll be Quicken, and if you hit them with Dendro while they have Electro and Dendro on them, then it becomes Slow or something like that. That's how they explained it, I think. It's very complex how they did that. Nice meeting you too. Welcome. Ayato is a 5-star, yes, and Raiden Shogun and Archon is also 5-star, so Ayato is on the level of a god. Well, technically, remember, Ayato is like the water version of like, you know, of her slashes, yes. But he's not as strong as her though. He can't like wipe and erase like, you know, bosses and stuff like her, right? Spends money. Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that might have been back in the day where people were willing to do that, but not now. I don't think people are willing to spend anymore. Oh, I was watching a few more Tower of Fantasy videos. Okay, so clearly they paid all the big streamers. So Moga got sponsored, I think. Well, in one of his videos, he did say he was sponsored, and which is great, right? I mean, I would love to be. This will be in the future if I can ever get that way. But like, I would love to be sponsored to play a game, right? You know, Tectone was sponsored. I think Tenha was sponsored. I didn't see. Again, I don't really follow all of them anymore, but I think I saw a few videos circulating. A lot of them were sponsored, to like promote basically the game. So I noticed that you'll know that it's all like, you know, whatever, but they didn't say anything negative about it, and they didn't say anything comparing it to Genshin, because I think that was part of the deal, their contract, that they're not allowed to compare it directly. Because if you watch their actually what they say, they don't say anything like they don't use the terminology of Genshin. Because I think in one of the earlier videos, one of them said something like resin or something like that, and then they had to catch themselves. They didn't edit it out, but they caught themselves and they said they meant like whatever the term is in Tower Fantasy. So like they basically don't want it to be. I'm pretty sure that's the reasoning. That they're not allowed to use terms that are associated with Genshin when they talk about that game. Yeah. It is definitely a competitor, of course, right? And we are, I don't know if you've been following the news about them. Tower of Fantasy had all these scandals where they had clearly like plagiarized Genshin for some of their in-game resources, and they clearly plagiarized some anime, some Japanese anime for the opening scene or one of the cutscenes. Yeah, so and then apparently they did something really shady. They went to the iPhone store, so the Apple store and the Google store, and they used a bot or something, and they stole reviews from Genshin, and they just changed all the words Genshin to like Tower Fantasy. And then they had bots giving them 5 stars out of 5 stars. And then something to do with, I was just watching because if you just Google like Tower Fantasy on YouTube, Tower Fantasy like scandals or whatever, there was also some other thing where they said that there was a bunch of people that died in a landslide or something in China, something like that, I don't know. And their IDs, like because they're gone or they're missing, their IDs were published, and then apparently the company, like Tower Fantasy, this is alleged, okay? I want to say that right now. I don't want to get stupid. Allegedly, I'm just paraphrasing the news that I read or saw. Allegedly, that their executives or whatever took those dead people's IDs and registered fake accounts um, for the game. And this was at the time when the game was only released in China, so before currently where the global launch was. And then they gave those like those in-game IDs to foreign YouTubers and streamers to play the game and to like start promoting it. Yeah, because you can't access that game unless you have a, I guess, Chinese account, basically. But they gave those accounts that were made using dead people or missing people's information um, to foreigners, so that and then they gave them whatever VPN or whatever it is to access the game from outside of China. So that's some of the stuff that was allegedly happening. So lots of juicy news there, by the way. Okay, so I'm gonna read back some. Oh, welcome, Kaden. Nice to have you. Thanks for joining. Yeah, we're just talking about random stuff. So I was just talking about some of the drama and the alleged news of Tower of Fantasy.
欲买桂花
Yeah.
同载酒
Do you think you should reduce the pity for 5 star and introduce a 6 star class for the great characters like Kazuha and Raiden? Oh yeah, I think if we had to nominate certain characters to become 6 stars, it would easily be definitely the Archons, I could say, right? I think that that's a safe way to put it. Like all the Archons could be 6 stars. And maybe some of the Fatui Harbingers could be 6 stars. Yeah. Why is TOF so popular? All the streamers seem to be playing. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. They're paid.
磐石
I don't think okay, because Tectone revealed earlier, or somebody already, or I don't know if he revealed it or someone exposed him. Back when he was promoting Genshin, it's not just because of like the streamer bonus that no, I don't get it, but like other streamers get when they do it for Twitch. I think he was gifted free wishes to do those wishing, like how back when this game first launched, there was like those wishing videos were really popular, like summoning videos, right? To get like Venti or whatever, right? Yeah, like they were given free wishes. I don't know how many free wishes, or I don't know if they were just given unlimited free wishes, basically unlimited top-ups, so that they can like C6 the characters and R5 like the weapons. So some of those were them whaling with their real money, but some of them were also sponsored, where they were given that stuff for free. Now, of course, what we have now been seeing is that the bigger streamers, they actually have access to a media server, which is like kind of like a test server. And on the media server is where they can like experience and play the game firsthand, and also like technically make content from that media server, and then later on, but they're not allowed to post it until after the game, after the update is live, right? And then yeah, that's what they've been doing. So I've noticed that more now. A lot of the streamers that I still follow, only a few of them. I don't follow all of them, but like I think Moga is one, and I think Sevi, the girl, yeah, they were playing with the. They said they were playing with the media server, and then they said like, oh, I've been playing on the last week for the media server to test out these new, like the whatever new 5 star it was, and like for example Yalan or whoever it was, right? And I made some content, and then they'll tease it, and they'll say I'm gonna post it like when it goes live, right? And then like in their yeah, so then they have more in-depth like game experience with the characters, so that and then yeah, that's all. And then that way, even if their own account may not have the character right away, which they will get anyway, but if they don't have it right away, at least then they have footage already of like the character at R5 or sorry, whatever, right? Yeah. Anyway, so there are some privileges, let's say. 100% guarantee they will jump back to the Sumeru hype train as soon as it launches and kick TLF goodbye. I have a feeling that in their contract, they have to play it for a certain number of months. I mean, obviously, I worked in digital marketing. I know how these things work. but I don't know fully because I don't work in like influencer marketing. But I'm pretty sure that the contract has stipulations on what you can or cannot say and what you have to do. Kind of similar to like, you know, their you know how like this game has the Twitch like streamer promotion every patch, right? It's like, oh, you have to stream like, I don't know, 15 hours of like gameplay or whatever it is, right? You know, like they have requirements, right? So on theirs, there must be the same thing. Like, oh, like for example, Moga, you have to like play this game for I don't know, like 20 hours or something, and you have to make like 3 videos out of it or whatever. Like, you know, they have requirements that they have to meet. You know, yeah. And you can't like compare it to Genshin or say anything bad about it, for example, like, you know. So I'm sure that they're enjoying it too. I'm not saying that they're forced. I'm just saying that obviously it's an opportunity, right? So I'm sure that they're going to enjoy it too. They're not allowed, and usually with these contracts, you're not allowed to tell people how much you get paid and what the requirements are. Usually you can't say. Like you can't say like, oh, they told me that I have to do this. Like they can't say that, right? So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what the contract says though, that they have to do it. People are making characters that look like Genshin characters in TOF. Yeah, I can see that, and I'll be honest, I mean, I've seen a few of the gameplays, and it looks pretty much like Genshin, but in a way, like, I don't know how big their company is, the company behind it, but obviously we know HoYoverse is a very successful company, with Honkai first, and they made like a lot of money already with Honkai, and then they reinvested that into this, and they made even more money with this, right, you know? So, like, I don't know what that company previously did for the company that owns TOF, but it's clear when you compare the two and you look at their visuals, although have some similarities and have some greatness to them, but there is some, they're not as polished, in my opinion. I'm not paid by them, so I can say that. I don't care, right? I'm not in like I'm not gonna play their game either, so I don't care. Yeah, I don't think that it looks polished, even from what I can see from other players. Like they're doing exactly what Genshin is doing. They're doing like character debut demos. So they have this one. I just watched it right earlier today. It's called Tian Liang. It's like a guy. He looks like Zhongli. He's wearing he looks like Ayato actually. He looks like Zhongli with the hair. He has like a long white trench coat. Okay. I'll be honest. If you were to look that up right now, like it looks really rough. The drawing is really like the art style looks really like not polished. Yeah, leave that there. And they tried to make him like kind of cutesy in the beginning, and then try to make him kind of like cool at the end. It's not working for me. Yeah. But yeah, look it up. Like Tower Fantasy, Tian Liang. Tianliang. That's the character's name. Like, it looks cheesy, I'm sorry. But I will say they do have their own mechanics, which are interesting. So apparently their characters, you can just make characters, and they're just all character skins, and you're pulling for the weapon only, apparently. What do I think of my new PC? Love the cold metal touch? It's not cold metal. It's the same as my current one. It's a tablet, as you know, it's a hybrid, right? So like the keyboard is like plasticky, and it's detachable. So it's not metal at all. And then like I mean, well, obviously the body of the tablet part is the monitor part, yeah. You're getting a new one next month too? You mean a new one as in the exact same one as mine, or like just mean in general, like a new computer? Your present one is getting CPU bottleneck? Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to using it for like streams moving forward, and also video editing. I need to learn that aspect of it and slowly bring that in. And hopefully just do even those like voiceover types. You know how like last time I was gonna do like the one for the Sumeru preview where they revealed the 6 new characters or whatever, and then I said I recorded it already, but then when I rewatched it on playback, it wasn't good on this computer because the video itself was really laggy, but my voice was fine. So yeah, it's obviously because this computer is just not capable. Because I was basically doing the voiceover method where I was having the footage play from like the actual Sumeru teaser as just to try out how to make that kind of video, that style of video, and I was just talking over it and having the music, the Sumeru music as well. It was really laggy. So it just wasn't like working on this computer. So I gave up and I didn't bother posting that video in the end. I deleted it as I already told you. Yeah. So I tried it like 3 times. So yeah, it wasn't meant to be. You probably okay, a gaming laptop, more performance, more weight and size isn't a problem for me. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. So yeah, weight and size is not a problem per se, but it is a preference of mine. I prefer them like thinner and like lighter, yeah. Because I do plan to travel with mine and once things open back up. So hence I needed it to be a well-rounded machine that would be not exclusively for this, it's also for other things too. Yeah. But yeah, I'm happy. Like, I got the back to school sale, which is what it is. And so I got 350 plus tax, so 400 bucks off the computer. And then I saved 120 off the keyboard through my friend's discount. So that's pretty good, like 500 bucks plus, that's pretty good, I think. I think I already did the dog thing, but I'm gonna double check. And then like my yeah, then I also, as a gift, I got the mouse as well, so that was nice. I have a mouse; it still works. But yeah, I was gifted the matching mouse, which is nice, the Arc Microsoft mouse, and that was good. Yeah, and then I had to buy, okay, so I made this stupid mistake. I had to buy like USB-C adapters and I bought the wrong one. I bought the one, because the new laptop only can use USB-C. And then, so I needed the adapter so that the other end, when you plug in, like, so you plug in to the laptop body with the USB-C, right? But anyway, I bought the wrong kind. I bought the one with the USB end going in. So then, ugh. Anyway, so I had to rebuy and then I got the right one. So yeah. And then, yeah, I bought an extra HDMI cable, a new one that's like 10 foot long, because I told you my distance between my TV and where I'm sitting right now on the couch is about 10 feet. That's the distance, approximately, from my living room. My living room is wider than that, but yeah, from where I'm sitting. Anyway, so I bought a 10-foot long one, so then that way I can still sit here on the couch and do these in the future with that. If I was to do like for the Switch, because my Nintendo Switch has a shorter cable. Well, the PS5 has a shorter cable too, but anyway, they're by the TV. So then that way I can do, if I was to do Switch games, then I can plug in the HDMI and then I had to buy an HDMI splitter in order to mirror it onto my laptop and then like overlay that into Streamlabs. I have to figure that out, but I double checked that that's what you need. So an HDMI cable that's long enough, a splitter, and then yeah. And then I bought the cheapo capture card, the $15 one that lots of streamers swear by. They say that it's a good one for like low cost starting off, and then as you build your channel and you're able to make more money, then maybe upgrade to like the expensive one, the Elgato or whatever. It's like $200 or $300. So that will be later, but for now, let's just start off cheap. I mean, my laptop was really expensive already, so we have to save some money somewhere. Yeah. You're probably just going. Your one is gonna sit at one or two dedicated spots, not gonna move around. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. What mouse? I bought the so I didn't buy. Sorry, I was gifted the Microsoft Arc mouse. So it's nifty, yeah, and the color matches. It's not the official. So the official color is the same name. So in this case, I got ice blue for the keyboard, but because every generation that they update the color scheme, they actually change it a little bit. So then the mouse is also an ice blue color. However, it's not because they don't update the mouse every like generation that they release a new generation of laptops, right? The mouse is just a standard mouse that's usable on any computer, technically, not just for Surface Pro. So they called it ice blue, but it must have been from a previous iteration of that color. So the color is not matching my actual ice blue keyboard. But I'm not complaining because it was gifted to me and it still looks nice. But and then me and my friend figured out that that's why. It's because the mouse isn't updated every generation, but the laptop and the keyboard is. That's why the color is off, even though they use the same name. So it's fine. The arc mouse sucks. Your friend had it and it gave him carpal tunnel. Okay. Technically, you can get carpal tunnel from any mouse, I'll be honest. So, yes, it depends on the ergonomics of how you're setting up and how you use your mouse. Obviously, if you use it very frequently too. The arc mouse does have multiple, I think it can have 2 or 3 adjustment modes. Now, I have nothing against it, and I wasn't saying that I wanted it. They're just giving it to me. I got it as a gift, as kind of like just as to support me like taking this step. So that was nice. That's all. I will still use it. It's fine. Again, I have a regular mouse too, also from Microsoft. So why do I need the HDMI cable? Just stream it with Chromecast. You have a smart TV. Yes, I do have a smart TV. So can you do it that way? Stream like I have to cast it from my Switch to my laptop, or how would I do that? Buy one of those USB-C docks, the one that plugs in at one USB-C and gives you 3 full-size USB-A Ethernet. Yeah. So I was gonna get that, and in the end I didn't because I realized I don't need it. So, so I don't need that. I bought the little like the little adapter end thing because realistically, now that I have the Arc mouse is wireless. It doesn't even need you to plug in the little thing into the USB-C. Originally, my current mouse is USB, so that's why I bought it in order to plug that in. But then, as a gift, because I have that now, that saves me from using that, right? So the only other thing I can use the adapter thing for is so that I can transfer files to my external hard drive. So that's the only reason I got the little adapter plug thing. But the dock I'm not against, but I don't think that I need it then because I don't use it for
既然
anything
手
else.
边有树叶，我可
I
以
cast my laptop to the TV.
是是是，全力以赴的耐心和滴水穿石
So
的意
cast,
志。
okay, but the HDMI cable is to plug. So let me just. Okay, let me think. The HDMI cable is to plug from the TV and or switch and split it so that I can mirror that back to my laptop, and then when I mirror it onto my laptop from the switch, then I also have it on my TV, so I'm looking at the TV when I'm playing. Then it's more comfortable than looking at my laptop, right? But it's mirrored on my laptop for the purpose of broadcasting that on the stream. Because then you create the window where you can show like your game, basically. Yeah. Otherwise, the Streamlabs can't grab it from my TV or from my Switch. That's the only, because that's one way that I saw like people doing it. They said that's one way, right? You have to plug it in through HDMI and it split the signal to your TV and to your laptop so that it's mirrored. And then from your laptop, you broadcast it as an overlay, like window, so that it's on the screen on your laptop. And then as a player, I wouldn't be looking at my laptop while I'm playing. I'd be looking at the TV as normal and talking away. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why. I think I got that right. I may not be explaining it properly, but that's the way that I understood it when I was watching a bunch of YouTube tutorials on how people did it. So, yeah. And then similarly, so the only, okay, so for mobile, you can do it that way too, or for mobile, I found an easier way, because mobile is more easy, because Switch doesn't have that function at all. But mobile, you can do the casting mirror method, but apparently, like, there are lots of paid ones, and then the built-in casting that does not work, apparently. The built-in casting doesn't allow you to simultaneously live stream from the cast. So you have to get another app, and I researched already. So there's a free app called, oh crap, what's it called? Is it called View something? Anyway, whatever. There's a free one, and then like, because I watched a tutorial, and then the free one, yeah, you install it on your computer, and then you cast your phone to your computer or your mobile device to your computer, and then you open up that app on your computer so that it will then play it in the window, and then on that window you then overlay it into the Streamlabs so that then it can capture it. Go with the Logitech instead of the Arc mouse. It's much better and more comfortable. Okay, well, I'm not going to buy another mouse because I already have my existing mouse, and also I got the free or gifted Arc mouse now. So either or, I'm fine with either one. I don't really, yeah, I wasn't gonna buy a mouse anyways, my point is. I was gonna just use my existing mouse because it's still fine. It's old, but it still works. Hence I bought the USB-C. Yeah, that was my plan. So no more spending. So yeah. Yes, casting is free on Android and also on iPhone. However, you have to be able to cast it and be able to grab the capture. That's the issue right now. That's because I watched a few tutorials, and they even said like the built-in iPhone casting doesn't allow you to grab it into the live stream, and yeah, and some of them will, and then if you get certain ones that are compatible with it, are require you to pay for it, so etc. But then there are free options, but the free options are meant for the live streaming. Yeah, so anyway, I researched it already. I saved that video as a tutorial. I just haven't gone that step yet. So yeah. No third party needed? Okay. Well, I'll look into it. I mean, if I don't have to download anything new, then that's even better. If it can cast and allow me to live stream and grab that screen, then that's great. Because casting is one thing, what I learned. Casting it just means casting it so that it just takes over your screen. If it takes over your screen and you're not able to then click a Streamlabs window to then grab that window, it won't work. Apparently that's the issue here. It has to not just cast, it has to allow you to grab it from another source. That's the issue. Oh, hi, Zhao, is that how we pronounce it? Welcome. We're just talking about like casting and setups and stuff. We're just talking about random stuff. How are you doing? Did you enjoy the 3.0 preview live stream event earlier today? Oh, that's good. Yeah, yeah. We're just chatting about random stuff. Like, and the purpose of this is really just to chat while we're about anything. About this game, could be about anything. So right now we're just talking about like casting and setting up because I got a new computer. I haven't set it up yet, and I want to like be able to stream like not just PlayStation games, but I also want to stream like mobile games and or do videos for them, and also Switch games moving forward. It won't be like right away, but it will be at some point. Yeah. Remember the demo that you did? You didn't require anything on the Android side. You just had to run a script called um, scrap copy or whatever. I don't know how to pronounce that, but yeah, okay. Okay, so I'll look into that, yeah. So I'm fine with, yeah, with if I don't have to download extra stuff, that'd be preferred, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's true. So when you did that, that VTuber example, were you able to also grab it into like a stream or a recording? Did it allow you to do that? Or does it take over the screen? I think it probably lets you, right? I think. Because the whole purpose of it is to be a VTube situation.
聚收并蓄，
微光无射。
It did allow you? Okay, perfect, thank you. Okay, great. Yeah. So, but right now the only problem with is my phone is broken. I don't have an Android phone. Right now I'm using an old iPhone. So that's good to know for Android, but I'm not using an Android phone right now. Currently it's an old iPhone that I borrowed. So we'll see. I'm okay with the one that I found as well. It's a free app that I have to download onto the computer, then mirror from iPhone to that app, and then from that app, grab it and put it into the stream. Yeah. So many steps, hey, to become like an actual like streamer, so to speak. And I don't have like a mic or anything. I'm just using my PS5 headset, as you know. So when I do those ones on the Streamlabs, I think I can't use this one anymore because it won't plug in properly, right? Or maybe it can. I don't know. Let me think. Right now, this is Oh, maybe I can. This plugs in through USB into the back of the PS5 in one of the USB ports, like regular USB. And so maybe if I plug this into like my USB-C/USB on my laptop, then I can use this to continue doing streams this way. Because it has a pretty decent mic built in, right? And it cuts out some sound from outside, because sometimes like I leave my windows open because right now it's summer, and then like there could be like, fire trucks going by outside, or like, police cars with the sirens, so that's loud, right? Yeah. Plug into my PC. It will work. Okay, thank you. Good. So that was one option that I was considering. The other option I was considering was just using the good old-fashioned Apple wired headset, because the wired headset has the mic, whereas I have AirPods. But AirPods, I did watch other streamers talk about this. They said AirPods are not recommended for streams because the mic is at your ear, obviously, because there's no other wired part to it. So then you will have to talk louder, and it will pick up the sound from like outside more. Yeah. So I was just gonna use the good old like wired one originally. That was my plan, but yeah. But yeah, I would just do the PS5 one. Yeah. I'm excited. I definitely, but it also sounds like a lot of work, hey, to set all this up. But I know that it's worth it. That's the whole point of buying. Well, the other point of buying it was because my computer is dying, and I don't want a repeat of what happened to my phone to my computer. I'll be so like pissed off, right? So if I lost everything and if everything died, right? So I will need to also back up this computer, into that external hard drive as well. Yeah. And then wipe this computer or like clean this computer up, let's say, so that it doesn't die. And I'll still keep this one, but this one will be more reserved for like as a backup, like because I can still do these kind of basic streams like with no editing software. It can also be a backup or just a general use computer, like for like downloading things or like browsing or web surfing, like general use. Those sounds will bleed in. The sound processing for suppressing background noise is done by PlayStation. The noise suppression will not work as good as on PlayStation. Oh, I see. So when connected to PC, PlayStation headset mic is leagues better than AirPods. Don't waste money on that. Oh, I didn't. I have AirPods already. So I'm not gonna buy. I wasn't gonna buy them. I already have AirPods. That's my point. I use AirPods for some of my Zoom calls for my meetings, and I also have the wired one for Zoom calls and meetings when I don't have battery for the AirPods. But I find that for meetings and stuff, the wired one is actually better. The only downside is because it's wired, so I have to carry the phone with me. Like whereas the AirPods, I can walk away without carrying my phone. I can leave the phone on like the counter. Well, obviously Zoom calls is with my computer, but I mean also regular phone calls for like meetings. Yeah. Okay, so at least so that's fine. If there's some noise outside that will bleed in, I mean, so be it. I mean, it is again, like I said, summer here. It has been a little bit cooler today, but still, it is summer. So we will be having the windows open and stuff. But that's okay. In the winter time, because my condo has really good insulation. So in the winter and rainy and or wintry like snowy times, when I have my windows closed, you can't hear the outside at all. Very minimal, unless something was really loud outside. So. Wired and is better than wireless AirPods? Yes. The wired ones sound better. Exactly. They are cheaper. Yes, exactly. That's what other streamers said too. And also because the wired one has that mic that can be closer to your mouth. So it will sound better for you too. For the speaker. And you don't have to worry about charging them, and they last longer because they last as long as they don't break. Exactly. Wireless ones, they stop working as yes. So somebody, and funnily, somebody actually did what, because I watch lots of news and stuff. So like one of the news articles said that there's a death date for many gadgets that we own, and AirPods only last 2 years before the battery dies, and you cannot replace that battery or fix them. They'll just die. So die as in like they'll require you to charge them more often, and then they won't be usable anymore. I think that's the same with any like cell phones basically, and other electronic devices too, right? So they made it so that you can't really replace those. They built it in. It's called like basically like built-in obsolescence or whatever they called it. Yeah, it's meant like gadgets today are not meant to last. It's not like because people found like olden day like light bulbs, like they call them Victorian era light bulbs or whatever, like from like the 19th century or something, right? Or early 20th century. Yeah, anyway, those old light bulbs still work. Because older technology for some reason can last, whereas newer technology is meant to not last. Because if it lasted forever, you would never buy a new one. So, there's all that involved too. It's very shady if you think about it. Planned obsolescence, there we go, yes. And then I saw something where it was actually a few years ago, or maybe yeah, a few years ago. I saw something on the not the news, but someone did a kind of like documentary style article, and then they actually said that like computer printers, there is actually a little chip in there that kills the signal after it has a counter. The chip is the count how many times you printed. Apparently, excuse me. After X number of prints, the chip will short circuit the power or short circuit the thing so that it won't work anymore. However, if you are savvy enough and can locate the chip and remove it, your printer will still work. So it's very interesting, right? And then, of course, the manufacturer denied doing that, of course, and or they just didn't comment on it. But yeah, that was just one example where some things were like they have this thing planted in them that will make it stop working exactly after X number of uses. It sounds very conspiracy theory, I know, but somebody found it. But again, printers and all gadgets nowadays, they are expensive, but they're also meant to be kind of disposable too. Like, they're kind of expensive, but they're also kind of affordable, right? Yeah, I don't know. Did I read the Yamiko special service? No, not yet. Is it really that good? Is there only like one volume, or is there like many volumes? Or is it an ongoing thing where they keep making more? Yes, the new printers suck. That's why the HP LaserJet 1020 is so popular. It's been the same since 2002, and they sell it like at 4 times the price of other printers that come with features like Wi-Fi full color. Oh, okay. Because it lasts, and they didn't add the chip to it yet to kill it, I think. It's like a kill switch is what they called it, or a kill whatever. Like I don't remember what what the people found was that after I don't know how many thousand of prints, the printer will all printers will just stop working automatically. It's not because the printer is broken. It's just because they programmed it. So shady. And then the other shady practice is like companies like Apple, where they don't let you bring it to like third-party service places to like open up your computers or your like phone or whatever to fix. They don't want you to. They want you to bring it to their store for them to fix. And the big scandal with Apple, which I think they were sued a few years ago, allegedly. I don't remember all the details, but anyway, I think they were sued, or it became a really big deal, where people were saying that they should have the right after they buy the product to be able to bring it to anywhere to service and repair it, right? Because other places are charged cheaper, right? You know, and then yeah. Anyway, then they were being really nasty, and they were going after and trying. Like Apple was suing the smaller repair shops to put them out of business. It's just really nasty. And then there was some guy who was popular. He was teaching people, like, you know how on YouTube you can there's tutorial videos and stuff. So he was teaching people like DIY, like how to fix it yourself, like at home for cheap or whatever, right? You know? Yeah, and then he got sued, like by Apple. Because obviously Apple doesn't want you to fix their stuff. They want you to just buy a new one. Or bring it to them and let them charge you like a really expensive like repair price. So the reason why people buy it, because the cartridges are refillable for very, very low prices, since it's a dumb printer, it just does what it's told. Yeah, exactly. That makes sense. And yeah, I remember when we were younger, we would do the printer cartridge refills as well. I recently I bought a new, like I bought a generic branded printer cartridge for my printer because it just ran out of ink, instead of buying the official one. And it works fine. And it's like way cheaper, obviously, to buy generic. And I also consider, because I still have the cartridge, the empty one from the original like manufacturer, obviously. And I thought about, oh, I can bring it to like get it refilled. But then I thought, well, if the refill is gonna cost almost the same as just buying one of these generic ones, then I'd rather just not bother them. There's that too, right? The generic one cost me $25 before tax. So let's just say like under 30, right? And it's obviously gonna last, I don't know, for at least a couple hundred prints, let's just say. I don't know, right? I don't print that much stuff. So yeah, that printer I bought new when I moved here. I bought it in 2019, so it lasted till like this year, and I don't even print that much. But I do know that the ink also dries out like because of air, right? You know, it dries out over time as well. And it deteriorates, it evaporates, right? A little bit, so yeah. So even if I don't use it, it will still dry up and then it will still become empty eventually on its own. Frustrate people with printer issues, exactly. I find that that's one tactic, right? To make it like for them to offer like, oh yeah, we can do this and do that for you, but you have to like come to us or bring it here or go there and do, like they make you jump through hoops or they make it inconvenient for you so that you give up. And then the other shady tactic that some companies do, or they claim that they are doing the best that they can, is that they will take your item if there's a warranty. We talked about this before. If there's a warranty, they'll just take your item and hold it. They won't service it, and then when your warranty runs out, then they'll tell you, your warranty is over now. Like, you know, and then they'll just tell you to buy a new one, or whatever, yeah. So the 1020 is a laser printer, so it doesn't get destroyed with age. You can use it after leaving it alone for 3 years. Also, it can be refilled for $5 for, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's good. So when I bought my printer, I bought like a cheap one and it was discounted already, and I bought a cheap one because I bought a black and white one. I didn't bother, I don't need color. I don't think I ever need a color. I think there was a novelty of having color, but I don't need it. Having color just means you have to buy more expensive ink, right? I'm like, forget it, right? You know, so mine's just black and white, you know, and then I don't care. And then like the only things I print on there are like some financial stuff, like when I'm doing taxes and stuff, right? Which is like a once a year thing, right? Or when I'm like finances, as in like when I'm trying to calculate some stuff, and I just prefer it like on paper instead. I'm kind of old school that way. Like obviously I will still have a downloaded like electronic version of certain statements and documents, but I sometimes print certain things out so that I can highlight and write notes on them, you know? Yeah. Yeah, like when I do certain stocks and stuff, I want to keep track of certain profits. Yeah. Oh yeah, so did you do anything fun for the weekend? Let's talk about other stuff. Because it's the weekend for you, or almost your weekend's almost over. Maybe yours like on you're probably like on Sunday afternoon or evening now, right? So yeah, anything fun? I mean, as you heard, I went out twice with friends this weekend. So or are you just busy with like school stuff? Nothing much? Okay. That's okay then. It's fine. It's good to just be chill. Is it still warm over there? Or is summer over? Because you said it's like the rainy season, right? So like... Because I think our summer is like near the end already, as you know, it's as I mentioned, it's our summers are very short here. But I'm hoping that we get like an extended summer. It's also known as an Indian summer, is what the general term is called. An Indian summer is what we call it when the summer extends, like the summer heat extends a little bit into like the fall, like September. So anyway, so sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes like summer literally just ends like basically right when September starts. But sometimes summer can extend into like mid like September a little bit so that it's still warm and hot, you know? Yeah. $27. Oh, that's comfortable, right? That's comfy. Okay, so now that it's just me and you again. Okay, you know how those other people come in and come out, and then like they say hi, and then like I ask, like I say hi, how are you, and I ask them like the basic, like did you enjoy the event, etc. I don't know if that scares them off, because I'm not sure, because I was watching other streamers and like just like tutorials, because I want to also be a better like host too. Some of them are saying that if you address people like to much in the beginning, it might make them feel like shy or scared. So then they leave. But then also they could be leaving because they're not interested in what I'm saying, right? So I don't know. So that's why I'm just keeping it general. But then like okay, because some people don't want to be put on the spot either, like where you call them out. But then I think that well, if you can type into the if they type into the chat and if I call them out and address them, I think that that's what they want, isn't it? Right? So by asking at least one question, I think that that's trying to interact with them, and then they responded. Then you ask a second question, and then they don't respond. Then what can I do? Nothing. Like I can't just keep going after them, right? Do you know what I mean? Like for example the previous one that just left, right? And after I said, oh, how are you, like did you enjoy the event or whatever, they said it was okay or something, whatever. And then afterward, like if I kept following up with questions, then they might get annoyed too, right? It's like I don't know. So it depends, like it depends on the person. I can't tell, right? So yeah, I'm just saying like that's something to consider too, right? People want to flaunt their account, they leave because you don't show their account screen. Oh, I see. But that's only that one or two people where they have that issue. Not everyone comes in for that. That's okay, whatever. I mean, like, I'll be honest, moving forward, if I, on the new, like, laptop, I should be able to do that, but I don't even know how to do that, I'll be honest. Because then in order to bring it into the stream, I have to, like, create another window, right? I don't know, like, I'm too, I'll be honest, it's kind of a little bit overwhelming right now, because, like, when I look at those Streamlabs or OBS, like, tutorials, there's all these, like, settings you have to have first, which, that part is easy, because it's just, like, following a prescription. I'll just follow their instructions, that's fine, right? But then you have to like be able to improvise when you're trying to like do extra like things. So like I was watching those Twitch people, remember? And some of them were like the people in their chat were like, okay, now try this other game. Like so they'll switch away from Genshin and they'll play another game, whatever. Obviously their fans know them. So then like they were telling them like whatever, like go try Stray, the cat one, for example, because it was popular like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. So then they're like, okay, and then so they would pop out of Genshin and then they go play like Stray. Mind you though, they're PC gamers, so their games are all just from their PC, right? Like, and then I don't remember what happened, but like when I do it here, so when it's directly on PS5, if I was to exit this game, so you know when I do the soft reset to collect the dog rewards, it's fine because it doesn't disconnect me here, right? But if I left that screen and went back to my PlayStation home screen to switch the game, it will cut this broadcast. That one I know, because it happened to me on Twitch. I wasn't doing it because someone asked me to switch the game. I was doing it because I wanted to confirm for myself what would happen, you know? So anyway, there are like some things, yeah. My approach isn't wrong. Literally 80% of people who come in ask you for a review of their account. If you need help, I can help you set it. Okay, thank you, thank you. Yeah, we'll get there when we get there, yes. Definitely I will heed your advice and definitely like contact you when I have questions. And then yeah, I guess so, but then like reviewing their account I will be happy to do. I just need to figure out how to do it. And then I am worried too when people ask to switch games because I don't want the stream to like get disconnected. But I think on when we switch the stream to be basically a mirror or like taking it from it's basically a mirror system, yeah. When we're switching the stream to be on from PlayStation from the PC, I think you can switch games then. Whereas right now, because I'm streaming directly for PlayStation, if I cut out of this game, like not soft reset, but like go back to home screen, if I'm on the home screen for too long, or if I disconnect this game, because in order to play another game, you have to close out of this game completely. You can't just have two games running at the same time, right? You know? So when you close out, it cuts the broadcast right away, right? You know? So yeah. Whereas I think, or I don't know how it works, maybe on their situation, because they're doing PC, full PC like games as well, they're maybe able to like switch games because the games are loaded on PC, so you just consider them as different apps running in the background. I don't know. Yeah, anyway, that's just something, like, you know. Um, but I'm not at that point yet right now. Right now, it seems like it's mostly Genshin, obviously, right? I mean, here and there might be other things, but it's not like people are coming for those things. So I guess for now, it's not a big deal. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, I guess. Yeah. Did you have anything else you wanted to talk about or anything? Oh, there was one more commission I missed? What? I thought I got them all. I was so... Okay, interesting. Yes, on Windows, it captures on a per window basis as long as it's on display window. It will display even if you open up another window. Okay. Yeah, so that's... Yeah, so there's all these things I have to figure out. It is overwhelming, but I will figure it out. Yes. Because I know that once it's set up, right, like the one time, let's say, and you obviously have to test that it works too, right? You have to do some test recordings and test streams and then delete them afterward. I get that. But then like yeah, and then once it's set up though, then you save those or it's already saved. You save those settings and you don't have to do them, you just don't touch them. Don't touch them ever again. Right, you know? And then like then you just leave it. Yeah. So then you just turn it on and off basically. And then I believe if you create another profile of the settings, you can create another one if it's like slightly different because of whatever reason. So I know that that is something to look forward to. So once it's done the first time, I think it's fine. It's just the little overwhelming, daunting part of doing it the first time, trying to get it right and not trying to like, you know, redo it over and over and over. Oops, oh crap, fell. But yeah, like I would probably I need to do like I probably have to save different profiles. Like one profile of the settings would be for like Switch, and then maybe one profile of the settings would be for like mobile, and maybe one profile is for like PS5. I guess I don't know. And then the other thing I have to do, which I haven't done yet, is like the branding stuff. That can come later, I know. But like there's branding stuff that you're supposed to do that people recommend. Like um of course like either have my avatar logo character, but also whatever VTuber too, right? But also have like subscribe buttons and like stuff like that, right? You know, or a border or whatever, like an overlay border, or like I don't know, some streamers like they have like I think that's more for like people that play those first-person shooters where they have like their donations, like thing where it shows people donating money to them, like the name displays, you know, or like most recent subscriber or most recent follower. This is more for Twitch, I get it, but like you know, like where it shows all those stats and stuff. I find that very cluttered. It's not my style. So I thought, A, it's not my style, so that's one less thing to do. But then I thought, but maybe it's something that is kind of like required. But I did watch a few Twitch streams, as you know, and a lot of them don't do that. It's just them. Okay, so some of them use the VTuber. Some of them are not even a VTuber. Some of them just use like a flat like picture um, overlay. Some of the girls just use like an animated girl character, and then that's it. But they're just talking. You know, they're not like the character doesn't move. It's just a flat picture. So then I thought, oh, that's another way to do it then, technically, because I have the picture already, right, you know? But then I thought, no, if we're gonna go for it, let's just try to do, like, something more interactive, that's visually more interactive, you know? And like you said, like, girl streamers have an advantage because they're girls. That's already the advantage. So maybe they don't have to do as much, right, you know? So, yeah. Of course, there's a bonus if they actually, like, interacted and, like, moved and stuff, too, right? But I get that. But then, like, yeah. What do I think of your layout? The demo stream that you did? Let me take a look. I don't remember. Let me go look. I have to go back into the Discord. Give me one sec. Sorry, I went to the wrong app. I went to Twitch. Discord. Oh, the border at the bottom that says please support me with a smiley face? Is that the one you're talking about? Or do you mean the background of the schoolgirl character with the background, like that wallpaper background, where it looks like she's in a room? So yeah, I like that simple, like, because I would keep it simple too. I think at the most, maybe I might add like a
为
subscribe
了托
button
儿子
or
的
like a
船，
follow
遇
me
到刚好
button or
有个
something
停
like
电，
that. Like at most, I don't
所
think I
以
want to clutter my
你
screen with a
越
bunch of
是一
stuff
切财
either,
富
right? You
沉
know?
淀
So
的地
similar
方，
to yours then, like a simple banner at the bottom is good enough. Like it doesn't, yeah, like that would be nice, you know? Um, and then I know that on Twitch, obviously we're talking about Twitch here, but on Twitch specifically, you have to then create those. I think they're called emotes, right? Like it's like a sound and like an animation. Like if someone follows or subscribes, and like you said, you have to set up the bot things where it actually like addresses you when you come in and out of the room, and like that kind of automated stuff. I don't know how to do those, but like those are things that I have to set up, right? Like, see, that's a part of the branding, is what I'm trying to say. The branding is because
接
each
下来是准
streamer
备。
has like their own thing that they,
如
and
果
then
想
there's
和
those
弟弟
stream
认真胜的
action
话，
things or whatever where you
我有一
gain
些不错的
points
想
just by
法。
watching. Every like, I don't know how long you have to watch. You get those little currency inside the chat, and then you use the currency to like request things. I saw a streamer, one of the, well, obviously the streamer sets what they're allowing people to request, right? So like I saw one streamer request like option was like you can request the streamer to sing a song, for example, right? Or you can request the streamer to change the game. That was the big one. That's why I was like looking at it. I'm like, oh, okay, how is this person gonna change
为
like
留
change the
托儿
game
造的
from
船，
Genshin to
遇到
Stray, for
港口也
example,
会停
right? You
电，
know, and then like,
所
and then
以
another one was
你越是
request
一
the
切财
streamer
富沉
to
淀的地方，
review your account. That was one, because that's one thing that you can use your in-chat currency to do. And then like another one was to review for Genshin, or to like watch a YouTube video, or to like comment and give a reaction to a YouTube video. And then the other, so what that person like converted their in-game currency, it doesn't cost real money. It's just based on time that you're watching their content. And then like then they gave them a link to like say like a YouTube music video or like an anime music video or an anime opening video, and then yeah, then the YouTuber just watched it and then
玉
reacted,
麦
and
桂
then
花
sorry,
同
not
载
YouTuber,
酒，
Twitch streamer, and then
只
then
可惜
they
故
went
人
back to Genshin afterward.
何
So
日再见。
like those are customizable things that you can do that are part of your brand, right? And so those things I have to figure out. Yeah, that's good. Yes, yeah, yeah. I think that you did a great job for that one. So I mean, like, and you, as you said, you did it in 15 minutes and it was easy. So I'm hoping it'll be easy too when I get to that step. First, let me unbox all my stuff. And then install like the basics on there first. So you recommended DaVinci, right? DaVinci for like video editing, right? So I will install that, and that there I know that there's a free version, so I will install that one. And then and is DaVinci easy to use? Like I kind of want the right balance too. Remember, I'm not going to be a pro at it. I don't need all like the fancy like
旅
settings
程
and
总有一
options.
天会
Like
迎
I
来
want
终
something
点，
that's kind of user
不
friendly.
必匆忙。
So no, it's difficult. Oh, yeah, I think I saw someone say that too. They said that DaVinci is kind of like a pro software, like literally for pro or like intermediate to advanced level. Is there not like okay, because I know Final Cut Pro, is it Final Cut Pro or Premiere Pro? One of them is Apple owned, so it's only available on Apple devices, obviously. I get that. So the one that's Apple owned, obviously, if we can forget about that one, right? But then, like, okay, so if DaVinci is very pro and
玉
it's
麦
hard to
桂
use,
花
then maybe
同
it's
载
not
酒，
worth it to install it. There's no point then,
只
right?
可惜故人
Maybe I should find something that's like a little
何日
easier
再
to
见。
use for my baby steps. Final Cut, there we go. Yeah. So what's Premiere Pro then? Is that also part of Apple's suite? Hi, I'm Noob. Welcome. We're just talking about like video editing software because I got a new computer. But feel free, you can ask about anything or talk about anything. After Effects is just like Final Cut, almost a clone. Premiere Pro is the Adobe one. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so Adobe costs a lot of money. That one I'm going to avoid to buy the Adobe suite because I used to be a graphic designer, so I know that the Adobe suites are really expensive, and I don't do that anymore. So that's why I haven't ever bought them back ever again. That was a long time ago on my old computer, and that was like a really old version of Adobe Creative Suite. Yeah, and then thereafterward, I never bought it again on any other future computer because I stopped doing that. Why don't I stream on Twitch? Oh, so I wanted to do one here because I haven't done one here in a while. Yeah, I could have did this on Twitch, and I do plan to go back to Twitch. So don't worry. I'm sorry if you've been waiting for me to get back on there. I haven't been back in a while because I've been doing other things, but I do plan to get back to do the Mona domain and island. I know that I'll like my because I previously had a series there. I know some of those videos are falling off now and expiring, but yes, I do plan to get back there to do the Mona stuff. So there's that, and then I do plan to do some of these chats there as well. But I thought that today I wanted to do it on YouTube because technically the 3.0 event was earlier today, so to speak, or within 24 hours from today. So then like I did it, and then I figured I'll just do one here because I haven't done one on here for a while. That's all. But I will be back on Twitch as well, so don't worry about that. It's just I'm trying to coordinate. Also, I bought a new computer, so that's part of the thing. I'm trying to set up things and make it better for Twitch too. But I can easily go back to Twitch and just continue what I was already doing previously, and then make improvements for future videos. Yeah. Okay, so Risham said it's like a lighter version of After Effects. It'll show you how to get Adobe for free. Adobe Suite is awesome. Okay, so. Okay, we'll have to look at the. So let's just decide. Okay, what? So are you recommending the Adobe one then, or are you saying that I should just go for After? Oh, After Effects is part of Adobe, isn't it too? Okay, Adobe Suite is awesome. Yeah, I know it's awesome. It's just that it's really expensive. Okay, so you recommend that one, right? The Adobe one for doing videos instead of DaVinci. Okay, I'll look into it then. But DaVinci does offer a free version. That's why. Okay, so like I will look into it. Yeah. So like it doesn't seem so scary, but I agree that like the Apple one comes for free with Apple devices. That's why people like that one, obviously. Um, but that's fine. I didn't buy an Apple device, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't apply to me. And then, well, you may or may not be in and out of this chat right now, but then, like, what happened was, like, with Twitch, though, I'm getting a little discouraged because obviously my viewership doesn't go up really. It's similar to this. It goes up and down, right? You know? It's fine. I'm not like, whatever, but and at the end of the day, though, let's be real here. This is already monetized, whereas that is not. Right, you know, so obviously I have to make sure that I'm feeding the algorithm here, right? You know, this should be the priority, right? Because this one is the one that is monetized after all. That's how I'm prioritizing it. That's why I always do like the main story and any of the event stuff on here. And that one is just more like kind of semi-experimental and kind of like exploring, like as I told you before. I've been doing the exploring the islands situation and exploring the game kind of because that you can just do and or chat with people while you're doing it, right? You know? Yeah. And again, I haven't kept those videos there. I didn't bother downloading them as I've told you, right? Yeah. Because there's no point. Because there's just me exploring the islands. Like, because it will be me exploring the islands and then talking to people that came in and out of the chat, right? Whereas like if people wanted to actually like watch someone like do a guide of getting all the chests on those islands or domain areas or whatever, they can just do the guide one where someone has edited it and cut out the specifically what to do, right? You know, obviously that's not the purpose of that for me. So hence I didn't bother re-uploading any of those here. Yeah.
欲买桂花同载酒，只可惜故人何日
What kind
再
of job
见？
am I looking for? So I'm pivoting again. I was looking at digital marketing, so I'm looking now probably for okay. So one thing that came up at today's lunch with my friend was that I was considering maybe getting a realtor's license, not because I want to sell real estate, no, but at one point I was gonna buy another apartment, like a bigger one, like a 3 bedroom. Right now this is a 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom. I was gonna buy a 3 bedroom, in a newer building. This is a new building too, but I wanted an even newer one. And then like I wanted one with air conditioning, with newer amenities, right? So then like anyway, so if I was the realtor or if I have a realtor license, then I can save the commission when I sell this place, if I was to sell this place, and when I sell or buy the new one. So that was the only reason I wanted the license. It's not because I want to help other people sell. It's just so I can save money for myself. Yeah. Because that's what some people do. They get the realtor license just so they can save money. But that may or may not have been like a job. So that's not really a job then, I guess. Yeah. But anyway, that was just a topic that came up today, and then like yeah, so I'm gonna see what kind I can get in terms of like crypto. Let's just see. I'm okay with doing like admin stuff because I don't know anything about crypto. Like I know stuff as an investor, but not as like someone that works in the field. I wouldn't mind like going in as a lower level just to learn. At least I'm like that. I'm good like that, in that I'm willing to try and learn things, and I'm okay with the fact that it could be a lower salary and or a lower position. I'm not like I don't have that much of an ego where it's like, oh no, I'm only willing to accept like the higher pay. Obviously, higher pay is always good, but we have to be realistic here. If I don't have experience in it, I have to really like be willing to learn then, right? Yeah. So that's one that I'm considering now. The whole data analyst thing, it's a back burner option for me. However, because it is kind of like I'm not sure that it's something that I actually would like doing. That's why I don't really know right now. Previously, whenever I switched a job or changed jobs, I had a goal in mind of why I wanted to switch. Right now, I'm kind of in that status quo slash uncertain area. It's on the one hand, it's easy to try to find back something similar to what I was already doing. But on the other hand, maybe I want to try something new. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Graphic designer? Graphic designer doesn't pay well, I can tell you that right now. Graphic designer, I did it before. I did it freelance while I was working at a full-time job. It does not pay well, and the people are not nice. Some are, but some are not. Like, the clients are not all nice. They basically try to, like, nickel and dime the graphic designer, and they expect you to do it really cheap. And they expect you to make all like the edits for them for free, or that it's included. So when you do all kinds of revisions for them, your amount of pay goes down, and then the stress level goes up. It's not worth it. That's why I didn't want to do it anymore. And also, you're competing with like fresh grads or students who are willing to accept really low pay so that they have items to present in their portfolio. So then, and then like, I mean, you get what you pay for, fine. I'm not saying I'm a top graphic designer or anything, of course not, no. But then like, I'm just saying like, you get what you pay for with like lower stuff, because then they're just doing generic stuff for you, right? So that's fine as long as you're okay with that, right? But then like, at the same time, in addition to that, it's not worth it because like, we're competing against that, and then they're just gonna go for that. It's not worth it. So that's why I stopped doing it, because I didn't find that it was a viable like industry to stay in, and I never looked back, and I don't mind that I have some of those skills, but they're obviously outdated now because I haven't done it for many years. But yeah, it's not what I want to do. No. And that wasn't a main job. That was just a freelance thing on the side, for creative purposes and because I was interested, but not because like obviously I depended on that or anything. Yeah. I mean, come on, if you do graphic design, you'll be competing with people that are like working on Fiverr for like five to like less than $20 for like a design. Forget it. Because I had demanding clients, and the pay started off okay in the beginning, and then as they continue to like expect you to like keep changing the stuff, the pay deteriorates really fast. Then you realize it's not worth it. And then like in banking, okay, so the other thing was because I mentioned I was a banker at one point. So like I was top sales of my region. I was the top 12 in my region. We had dinner, a private dinner with the vice president and everything like that and all this stuff, and I was invited to like VIP events and everything like that. Yeah, I was on a roll. Anyway, um I didn't like it. Like see, you can do well at it, but it doesn't mean that you like it. I realized I don't like selling stuff. Like, I don't, like, okay, I'm not against people that sell stuff, just so we're clear, because that's fine. I just don't like doing it myself. Now, if I was selling something that I personally believed in and or like if in the future if I have merchandise, for example, or like you know how I like also do writing and stuff. Like for example, if I was to publish my own book and sell that, fine, I can promote my own stuff because then I would feel confident to promote my own stuff because it's my own stuff, right? I'm not confident selling the bank's products, but then like sometimes you just don't really want to push products just in order to get numbers, you know? So then that's not really me. That's not the kind of person I am. So it's not a match. That's why I left. That was one major reason why I left, yeah. And of course, like as I said, like I met yesterday with a few other former banker friends, and then there are also friends that were not there yesterday that are still in banking that have moved on up into higher positions. One of them is making 200,000 a year now, and they started right before me only, and of course they stayed there and they moved on up. They job hopped though, so job hopping is important. And then they also continue to study and get more higher licenses and bigger clients obviously, and then yeah, then fine. But then like not everyone makes it, number one, and number two, it's like yeah, fine, but they had to sell a lot to get there, right? And there's also a luck and timing factor too. The vacancy for that position has to be
此乃
available too.
天道。
Anyway, I'm not unhappy for them. I'm happy for them. But then we also, me and the other former banker friends talked and were like, well, it's great. I'm sure we could have all gotten there too, but we didn't want to do it because none of us like to sell stuff. And we all agreed. We all nodded our heads. Like, because we know why we left. It's, you know that it's not something that you want to do, so it doesn't matter how much money it can pay. I actually forgot what was my top amount, but mind you, that was only for a short period of time. I think I sold. I forget now. Was it? Did I sell 10 million in like 6 months or something? I forgot. Yeah, or something. It was like a pretty good number. And I want to make this clear too, in case you're wondering. I did not get commission on that. So that also pissed me off too. Where do these guys from Fiverr even come from, and how do they come from like they're students, some of them, not all of them, but some of them are students, and some of them are also in like other countries where the pay is lower, but because they can charge $5 US, to them it's high, that's why. So yeah, it's based on the fact of that they're benefiting from the currency conversion as well. So yeah. Oh well, it is what it is. I would just say, because you're still young, so like obviously I don't want to cloud your judgment. So do what you like and that you're good at and that can make money. It's like a fine balance between those things. Sometimes you have to shift more towards one of those three, but then like if you can ideally get the perfect balance, then you're set. Yeah, it's hard definitely, but yeah, and also the reality of working is that you'll often find more jobs and parts of jobs that you don't like then you will then you will find parts and or jobs in general that you would like. So you will learn from what you don't like, and that will help determine what you like. That's all I can say. And that's actually the same thing for when it comes to dating. Yeah. And that's why I always recommend people to date a lot of people. Do it. Because then you'll know what you actually don't like. In the beginning, you'll be happy to be dating anybody, for example, or just like anybody getting a job, you'll be happy to just have a job, right? But when you work there long enough, or when you date more people and get more experience, you'll also, I'm just putting them similarly, you'll learn what you don't want and in a relationship and or what you don't like. And work is also a relationship. That's why you'll learn what you don't want and what you don't like and what you won't be willing to do or won't be willing to accept. That's just life in general. You'll learn. Isn't having a girlfriend really time consuming? It can be. It actually depends on what kind of relationship you're looking for. Some people are really needy. I'm not just saying girls, I'm saying people, because men can be really needy too. Some men or women, let's just say people in general, depend on the person. Some of them really need to be like with the other partner all the time. And then like their other friends will be really pissed off because then they'll never get to see their friend. It's as if their friend is like gone. And then the only time they get to see that friend is if their partner is away or they broke up. Because we have had lots of friends that are like that too, where they feel like they have to be so into the relationship and that the relationship consumes everything. Then they realize that they don't actually like that person, and that person like ruined their other relationships because they stole that person away from their friends, right? Yeah. So like it's better to have boundaries and not to be so fully devoted, in my opinion. But to each their own. I can't stand needy people either, so I can't do it. I can't do like fully consumed relationship. I cannot. I can't. That's one thing I cannot do. I hate that. I have I guess you can say commitment issues, so I can't do fully committed like that. I need my freedom and I need my space. Yeah. And then there's like there are some people that get really jealous and really sensitive. I can't deal with that either. So, see, and some people are really possessive. Like, there's all these things that you'll learn that you're not okay with, or some people are okay with them. Just so we're clear, these are not always negatives, right? So it really depends on the person and how the situation. It's all good. Hmm. I'll be honest. Okay, so although Noob has left probably, another reason why again, as I mentioned, why I don't do the Twitch is as often. I remember there was a period where I was doing it almost like consistently, right? And then I kind of wavered off again. It's because A, I'm not monetized there, of course, but the other reason is because it's actually very different than this. Yes, I can technically do this for like obviously with you and Isla and all the regulars, like normally that's fine, right? But then there, it's also really like tiring to like try to do this if no one else is coming like to talk to me. Then what is the point, right? So then it, like yeah. So I don't know. I'm just saying like here, I mean, I'm not saying it's because like you're here, but I'm just saying like at least it's nice because obviously there's some comfort here because we've been doing this for a while, like together, right? So then like in that sense, I do find some comfort here. Thank you again for joining me there too. But then like sometimes it's just like it's I don't know. I'll be honest because Twitch is more about live streaming, right? It's not about like making videos as well. Because here I can still just make regular videos too, right? There. Yeah, you can make videos, but no one's gonna really watch them. People only care about the live streams there. So then, like, it's a little bit different because I'll be honest, I don't think that I can play this game, for example, Genshin, for like, because I saw, again, some of those Twitch streamers that we were watching together or that were watching for the purpose of getting those drops. I can't do that. Like, I don't feel that I can, at least, because this game is not like, because those players are also veteran players too. Like, they're high AR level as well. But then, like, I mean, sure, they have fans and they have following, so I'm just saying this, as in like, Tenha and like Tectone and those really huge ones too, right? Like, this game isn't that interesting, to be very honest. Like, it's fun, but it's not like that interesting where there's like that many hours of content every day to like stream. You know what I mean? That part, I'm not saying like I don't understand. I understand why they're doing it because they're obviously making money, right? But then like, I can't be motivated by money enough to just play something for hours. Just you know what I mean? Like just to stream it for money. More people pop in than on Twitch here. Yeah, they do, which I think is nice. Because my numbers at the end of each stream is still pretty high. Like, I won't say high as in like thousands or whatever, but like high as in like it's higher than just me and you. But yeah.
固若金汤。
无处遁逃。风暴，无念，正确。
And on Twitch, there is more competition, I will say. Because on Twitch, everyone is streaming, whether it's Genshin or whatever, because that's the whole point of the platform, right? So there's always somebody to watch something, right? And of course, I'll be honest with you too. Like, of course, they should watch the ones that's established, to be honest, because they already have their brand set up. Like I said, those things that we're talking about, those little branding things, they have like whatever talent that they have that they do. Like I said, some people do like sing, or some people play the guitar, or I don't have those talents. Like some people do like things on their stream to attract or keep their viewers entertained. That's basically what it is. You're just doing talent for them, right? Yeah. So I don't know. Like some people are like doing like hours and hours of like Spiral Abyss over and over and over again with different teams. I'm like, that is boring to me. Like I can't do that. Like I mean, I can do it for money. Yeah, of course, anyone can do anything for money, right? But then like I would be so bored, you know?
接下来想去哪里？如果想游历。
Yeah, they don't stream content all day. Yeah, I know. They do account reviews, they wish on the subscriber accounts. I know. And then they accept donations and they wish on their account. And then some people have those like rules and stuff. They're like, if I say this or do this, then I will roll or something, right? Like if they say I'm sorry or whatever, or if they say if they die, then they roll. Like if when they're fighting the bosses or whatever, right? Like they make it so that it's kind of fun. I get it. They make it like kind of gamified, and they see if people catch them on it, and then like those people call them out on it, and then they have to like do it, right? I get it. So they make it fun, right? I get that. That's all fine and good, and I can do that too. But then like again, it goes back to, but this game doesn't have that much stuff to do for that many hours, Yeah. Yeah. Why do girl? Oh, that one. Yeah, you asked that earlier. Okay, they have it easier because they're girls. There's just less girl streamers. I mean, it sounds like there's lots of girl streamers, but there's actually less proportionately to male streamers. right? So then like they have the advantage automatically. And if the girls are like pretty or cute or like whatever, um then it's automatically easier, isn't it? Like there was one girl streamer that I was oh, I think it was the one that you told me about. Um the one that starts with the S, I forget. Like she also posted some on YouTube too. And in some of her videos, she just fell over and died, and then she laughed or she giggled. And then that got like thousands or I don't know how many thousands of like views. Like, and she wasn't even showing her face. It's just her voice, and she's saying it in a very soft, cutesy way on purpose. I don't know if that's her real voice, but it could be acting, right? And then like she has like obviously an anime like VTuber, like you know what I mean? Like, isn't it easier like if like a girl does that? Yeah, Sweetly, yeah, that one. Yeah, because you gave me the link last time, and then I went and looked at her content. Because you said I can learn some stuff from her, which I did, like learn like how she does it and stuff. But I don't know if that is completely applicable because we're different. But I mean, the general basics. Sure, she has a VTuber and she's doing cutesy, girly content, and like maybe it makes men like fawn over that, like oh she's like died, haha, or oh like it's so cute, like what she's saying or what I don't know. I have no idea what her fans are thinking, obviously.
此乃天道。
It's cringe, exactly. That's not her real voice, exactly. It's obviously men can't do that. It's like that's the thing. Like men can't like be cute. Okay, there is one guy Twitch streamer who does cutesy stuff though. He actually wears like bunny ears or like bear ears or whatever, like some kind of animal ears on his streams, and he also says that he'll cosplay for people if they donate or something like that. So that's one of their tactics, right? They're willing to do these things. I'm older, okay? Like they're young and whatever, right? I can't. I don't think.
固若
Plus, I
金
don't
刚，
think anyone would want. First of all, I'm not revealing my face anyway. But secondly, like, I don't think anyone wants to see that. I don't even want to see like young people doing that either. But then it works. They are a Twitch partner,
拒
which is
收
the
利
highest
息。
level. Because affiliate is like, obviously there's the non-affiliate, which is me. Then there's affiliate, which is like the baseline monetization. Then there's the partner level, which is a much higher level because you have to have like, I don't know how many thousands of like subscribers and I don't know
固
how
若
many
金刚，
number of view hours and like
刺客
concurrent viewers consistently on watching all of your like streams, right? Like because that's how they Twitch's stats are different than YouTube. They want concurrent as well, like average total of viewers during your stream. So they'll average it out. So people that pop in and out, that will average into your final number as well. So your stats also are affected that way. So like it's very like I don't know, like so partner level is really high apparently, and partner level not saying that this person is like that, but I'm saying like other people that I saw on Twitch streamers while I was watching those YouTube tutorials, some of them said that some partners are like so big that they're kind of snobby and snooty towards the non-partners because they know that it's hard to get there and that they know that they have priority whenever it comes to like Twitch sponsored official events. They can skip all the lines apparently, and then like they have, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting because there was recently like a Twitch con in the US, and one of the Twitch tutorial channels I was following, the guy went to TwitchCon and he was making content from it too, right? And he was afterward he did his review of the event, and he said that there was so many times at the event where people that were partners because they have another badge in front of their neck, the partner people could budge in line in front of them and just flash the partner badge in your face, and then they can budge in the line and just yeah get priority, and they weren't even nice about it. And like and that like and then that was yeah, and there then like obviously that person was saying like, well, that could just be those individuals that were not nice about it, but or whatever, vice versa. But he's not saying all partners are like that. But it's just weird. Like that's all I can say. I'm not there obviously, but I'm just saying like anyway. So anyway, yeah, it's a big deal apparently. You saw some people with 40K people watching their streams. It's just surreal. I know. It is very surreal. I agree. I mean, good for them because they built it. They built it up. So one thing that is that we have to give to them as in terms of credit is that it is very hard to do on Twitch, and if they can do it, props to them. Because there's multiple layers to it. You have to not only be very like obviously like appealing as a host, not in terms of attractiveness, but I mean like entertaining. Let's say that's probably a better word. You have to be very entertaining as a host, right? And you have to also keep them coming back for more. But you also have to be able to continue to do it on a consistently regular basis too. Like the one that I was talking about, that's a partner that wears bunny ears or whatever. He is on 5 days a week or 6 days a week from 11 p.m. my time till 5 or 6 a.m. my time because they're in the same time zone as me but in the US. So then, like, I was like, whoa, that's crazy. Obviously, I'm still awake now too. It's almost 6 a.m. here too, right? But then, like, obviously, I don't even do this like daily. Remember, I used to do it kind of daily. Remember, but I don't know if you remember. But when Chin was more around, I was doing it kind of more daily. But wouldn't do it as long as now. Like right now, I do these longer. Before, I was only doing them for like 2 hours, maximum of 3, right? Now, as you can see, I can do them for more than that, like 4 or 5 hours sometimes. In this case, I started at 3 my time, so it's only been 3 hours. But then sometimes I started earlier back then. Yeah, so anyway, my point is, like, I can't see enough content in this game or any game to really justify doing this or doing Twitch for this for like 5 or 6 hours straight. Because the guy comes on at 11 and leaves at 5. That's 6 hours. Of course, in between they'll be switching games. They can definitely go to the washroom. They can definitely eat and drink too, sure, right? And then they're also just chatting and doing reviews and all that stuff. But I can't imagine someone doing that like consistently unless they really liked it. And I don't know that I like it enough yet. That's what my point is. You know? Yeah. Apparently, to be successful on Twitch, you have to be very clippable. I think that's the same as YouTube and TikTok and Shorts and YouTube as well. You need that little viral moment, literally, that less than 1 minute moment where they clip it and you made a big mistake, or you did something really OP or something really cool. That's what you need. Yeah. Either it's a big fail or it's a big like OP moment. Yeah. I mean, in the past, when I was doing this more frequently, like I would say maybe more than half a year ago or whatever, there was times where we had hundreds of people here. Remember, and there was times where we had like 30 plus actual people in the chat. Not everyone talking at the same time, but there was 30 plus people concurrently in the same thing, right? You know, like there was times like that. I remember those were rare. I'm not saying they happened often, but they were rare because there was days where I would be here and then Junchin was here, and then like we had like 30 people, and then like I would come back the next day trying to hope to repeat that success. The next day it was only just me and Chun Chun and a few others. That's it. Like I can't control it, right? You know? So yeah. And then I'll be honest, it becomes a little bit demotivating too, because not because I'm like chasing numbers or anything. I don't mind. I mean, this is nice. Me chatting with you, it's fine, right? It's like talking to a friend, really, right? You know. But then like, I don't mind that there's less people and that people pop in and out. It's fine. But I will say, like, it is demotivating though, too, when like you're trying to grow, but then you can't because it's out of your control. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying like I'm putting my best foot forward or that I'm the most entertaining. I'm just trying to say because in other aspects of the real world, the more effort you put in, eventually you're supposed to see more results, right? But in this, just because you do it more often and or like more consistently does not mean that you get more results. That's why, yeah. So there's that demotivating factor. But it's just consistency, I think. like anything. So I just need to be more consistent, I know. But then I'll be honest, this game doesn't have that much content to talk about either. Alrighty. Do you have anything else you want to talk about or anything? Yeah. I mean, it's just me and you right now, so it's all good. Like, I mean, because I did everything that I needed to do in the game, so to speak. But then, like, I mean, we did have people pop in and out, which is nice, here and there, right? You know. Um, but otherwise, yeah, it's almost like 6 a.m. So I figured, if you don't have anything else to talk about, then we can end it here, and then I can just, you know, we can continue, of course, in Discord and or on another day. How far am I done with GA? What's GAA? Is that a game? What is GAA? How long do I think it's gonna complete? Golden Apple Archipelago. Oh! Oh, okay. My mind is like kind of mushy right now. Okay, I see. GA. Oh, I see. I just need to do the Mona domain and the Mona Island. Get all the chests, conch. Because you have to get all 20 conchs in order to get the final reward from that thing too, from official here. Let me see. I saw it here. This, right? Yeah, there's one more reward here, so I still obviously want it. And then I have to do the world quest. Like there's one in my list already, and then I think there's 4 more. This one. This is the boat one. It's a boat world quest, and then like I already finished the Bakke Tanuki, like the Tanuki things. That's done, but that's considered one of the post final events. So that was done already on when I completed the official. Sorry, Mona domain the one time. But then like there are other world quests that become available on the islands that you have to go and get. Like there's new blue exclamation points that you have to then get. This one pops up automatically in our list afterward, but there are other ones that you have to actually go and activate that become only available after completing the Mona domain the first time. So all 5 domains or all 4 domains the first time, then yeah. So those are already available on the islands. I just haven't gone back to the islands to go and activate them. Yeah. But there are, like I said, 9 more days left, and that is going to be part of the content. I will do them on, my plan is, because that is my ongoing series on Twitch. The Twitch drops has ended already, so that's fine, whatever. That has nothing to do with us anymore, who cares? But then, like, I will go back on Twitch to do the final video, I guess you could call it, the final stream for it, where I will go back and redo the Mona domain and the Mona Island as one giant stream. And depending on how long I want to do that stream, I might include just doing all the other world quests in that one stream as well. Because depending on how long, because then on Twitch, the good thing is that you can just keep them as long as you want because no one cares. Right? Like, yeah, I mean, here there's no time limit either, but you know what I mean? Yeah. You'll do a mega play and play through it all and get it all done in a day? Okay. Yeah, I think, um, is that what you're up to too? You're up to Mona, or what are you up to? Where are you up to? Last we talked, you said that I was ahead of you, so I don't know if you've since gone back in. Like, where are you first? You finished Xinyan and Kazuha and Fischl, or not yet? Because I know you watched me play the Fischl one, and Yeah, I know you didn't watch me play. Did you watch me? No, you didn't watch me do the Kazuha because you had did the Kazuha one first. I remember that. Yes, you did the Kazuha one first, and then I started the event after, right? And then I did the Kazuha one, and then I think you were already up to Fischl already actually, and then I went and did Shinyan, and then I did Fischl, and then you joined me and to watch part of the Fischl thing. I think you came in and out of that chat. I remember. Yeah, and that was, and then you said I was caught up with you or something like that. I remember that. And then I went ahead and did the Mona one, and then you said I was ahead of you already, something like that. Yeah. Oh, in the Mona dungeon, haven't progressed. Yeah, you've only done the dungeon, haven't explored that exactly. And all the other islands, like the Kazuha Island, the Shinyan Island, the Fischl Island, each of them has their own special like chests. Obviously, Fischl also has that theater thing. God, I hated that. Like I mean, the story was kind of interesting, but it was really long. Like they could have made it shorter, right? You know. So yeah. Anyway, um, so each of the islands has a lot of chests that you have to find. And yeah, I recommend using a guide if you want to get everything. I don't know because Isla said he doesn't care. So because he's a whale, so like he doesn't care for the free stuff, sure, and he doesn't have time, right? Because he's busy, right? He only cares for the story stuff, right? I get it. So you pick your battles, right? I still want to get all the rewards because obviously I do have the time to get them, so I just haven't done them yet, right? And free resources are free resources because we're getting major like updates coming up, so we need to get the free resources to level up those characters. Basically, that's what it is, right? Hi, Ion C, welcome. I'm not gonna wail again. No, I can answer you that right now. I don't think I'm going to. Um, I mean, again, like luckily, I mean, I feel like I did that in like the first year ish, and I was okay with it. I feel like now that the game is older, I'm older too. Um, I'm unemployed, as you know. I don't feel the need to want to spend the money there. I'd rather, again, focus more on quality now of content versus actually like paying in the game. Do you know what I mean? If that makes more sense. Like I think now my focus is more back to the reality. I think okay, during that first year when this game launched, I was really into it. Obviously, I think many people were. I was really into it. And I was living in the fantasy of the game and also getting caught up in the FOMO of it all because we didn't really know how it works like with reruns. Remember? I don't know if you remember, but like reruns weren't common in the beginning, right? So there was that FOMO feeling, right? The fear of missing out. Then, as they introduced the rerun banner and the secondary banner system, where there was two banners every patch, right, or at least two, and there was a one patch where there was four. I remember, like where there was, you know. But anyway, yeah. So then, then, um, and then as they start rerunning characters, then we start realizing, as you know, as we've all noticed, then there's strategy involved in terms of which ones you should roll for or not roll for, and then it came to me to realize that okay, then that's a perfect time for me to average out and even out with the money that I did spend in this game because I spent heavily in the first year and then a little bit like in the second year, like last year. But then like okay, now that we can move forward and not spend, then that's in my way averaging it out now. And as we enter like the second year anniversary going towards the third year then, right? So then like that's how I'm justifying the cost is to not spend as much, therefore to average down what was already spent and think of that as an initial investment. That's how I see it. So how long do I figure it will take to finish the GAA from where you are? Okay, so and have I done for the day? So I did a lot of the searching already, Ion, but I'm still chatting, so we can still chat. It's fine. So welcome. Yeah. Did you enjoy the 3.0 preview event earlier today? Hopefully you got all the redeem codes and everything like that, right? But if you were keeping up with all the leaks that was ongoing and circulating, then everything that the leaks said did come true. So for the GAA, if you're gonna do the Mona event, so here's my estimate, okay? If you do the whole domain, I think you're gonna be the same as me then, where you have to go back into the domain and get all the 15 remaining chests. Because that's exactly what I'm missing, 15 chests plus the one conch inside. I'm gonna follow a guide. So by following a guide, I'm gonna guess it's gonna take 1 hour, maybe 1 hour and a half. I don't know. And then the islands, her island only, I think has between 20 and 30 chests scattered through it, because I think that's the average number for most of the islands. So let's just say 20 or 30. Okay, I think, and follow a guide. Then it's faster. Then you're just going from A to B to C. Basically, you're just collecting them based on the guide where it tells you to go. Just do it, right? You're not in that order, right? I'm not gonna like because sometimes when I was doing the guide for the other islands, I don't, even if I walk past another chest, if that's not the one in the guide, I'm not going to pick it. That's what I was doing. Because I'm like, forget it. I don't want to screw up my order. Like, I'll just follow it. Like, you tell me to go here, I go here. And then, like, I just follow the exact order. Then I make sure that I get them all, Yeah. Um, so then, so then I would say if you want to get her island completed, then maybe that's another 30 minutes. It doesn't take that long to get the chest only, especially if you avoid like fight. Well, obviously, some of them you have to fight enemies to get, right? And some of them have puzzles. But the ones that are just in open areas or simple puzzles, you don't need to fight anybody. You just have to do it, right? So yeah, I don't know. Maybe let's just say 2 hours then to just complete Mona's island. Now for the world quests and the little extra things, a lot of them are fetch quests similar to that fetch thing at the end to complete the whole event, right? They're just things that we go to different islands and get things and go back and forth and blah 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 blah. I think that because there's like 5 world quests left, I think they're quick. I hope they're quick. They're not multi-part, I don't believe. They should be all be able to be done within like one part, right? So or maybe 2 parts at most. I think so. Maybe 3 hours. Let's just say conservatively. Why I won't whale again is because it's just expensive. Yeah, that's just the reality of it all. And even whales, I mean, sure, they're established like Tenha and Tectona and all that stuff. Yeah, well, good for them, right? But then, like, they're also making money, right? So, I'm not. So, it doesn't justify it. And like I just said, all those reasons, like, the game is enjoyable as is. It's not like I need to like collect every single character moving forward. Because when we talk about whaling, we really just mean collecting all the 5 stars, right? And all the weapons. Not all the weapons are good, the 5 star weapons, as we now know, right? And not all the characters are good, and definitely not all the 4 star characters are good. So we know that now, right? Whereas we didn't know that before, right? So yeah.
此般花鸟鱼情，也不过衬托我身不移不变的背景罢了。
Oh, you're comparing yourself to another 60? Oh, okay. Am I free to play? I'm not. Well, I mean, let me rephrase. I'm low spend right now. I did whale in the early the first year. Well-ish. Yeah, I'm definitely low spend now. I only buy the Welkin and the Battle Pass. That's it. I've been only doing that for the last few no, since early this year. Yeah, I think. Yeah, but I will say once in a while though, I might buy like 1 or 2 Genesis Crystal reloads. I might. So there is that too. But I still consider that low spend because I'm not doing it like to like. I don't R5 my 5 star weapons and I don't C6 my 5 star characters. Right. So that's yeah. I remember now, the 1 or 2 times where I did, like, even though I was on a low spend situation, the 1 or 2 times where I had to, like, bite the bullet and just go ahead and, like, reload some Genesis crystals was because I think it might have been the weapon banner. I think this was, like, several months ago. It may have been the weapon banner where, like, say I got 2 out of the 3 pities, then you force yourself that you have to, like, then pay for the 3rd pity. Because if I want the freaking weapon, right, then you know the 3rd one is guaranteed, right? So that's the only reason. And then I would have left over, like, Genesis crystals, and then I would have used them moving forward. And also when you buy the Welkin, you get some Genesis crystals as well, right? So that's all right now. But since then, um, that was many patches ago. I haven't reloaded in a while, and I've been fortunate that I got the 5-star characters and the weapons that I was able to get, or that I wanted, using just the amount of gems that I was able to save from the events. Yeah. So luckily, like I got Yelan, like the more recent ones, I got Yelan and her bow. I won the 50-50 for them, I believe, and I got them. So yeah, and then there was a few where I lost 1 pity on the weapon banner, but I got it in the second one, and I still had enough wishes to get it, so that was okay, right? And I got both my Kazuhas. I got a C1 and then a C2 back to back. Oh, not back to back, but like on 2 separate occasions recently. So yeah, using only the wishes that I already had. Yeah. F2P AR60 you call BS is not possible. F2P people are still AR59. According to those who did the math, even if you played from day 1, it will take till 2023 March to become AR60. It may be that, maybe, but what about if you're like F2P, like as in you don't actually spend money in the game, but you have your saved up like gems, and then you spend the gems to refresh your resin, because those are still saved, right? There's that too. Because that could help you go forward. I got AR60, was it 2 months ago or 3? Yeah, it was a couple months ago. But I didn't play from day 1. I played at the end of 1.0, early 1.1. I don't remember the exact day. But it was... Because this game released September 28th, 2020. I think I played in the first week of November. So like over a month later. Near the end of 1.0, yeah. You play on Europe. If you have your UID, we can see it through Enka, which is like a third-party website. But it won't be on the screen because I'm on PS5. I can't put it on the screen. But I can look at it from my laptop, which is where I can see your chat right now. I'm sure you're fine. As an AR60 player, you'll be fine. Okay, there it is. So we'll just plug it into the Enka website. Perfect. So yeah, AR60, and you have level 90 Ganyu, Klee, Ayaka, Keqing, Raiden, Shogun, Hu Tao, Child, and Xiao displayed as your top 8. Okay, let's see. That's good. Your Ganyu is pretty strong. Let's see who else you have. Klee. I mean, there's no like it's always hard with RNG, I know, but like yeah, like with Klee, like obviously you'd want her crit rate a little bit higher and her crit damage a little bit higher too, and energy as well. But otherwise, it's good. Like your Ganyu, because her crit rate doesn't matter if it's lower because oh, actually, no, you don't have a 4-piece Blizzard. You only have a 2-piece, which is fine. But if you have the 4-piece Blizzard, then she benefits from if she can give a cryo status and or freeze enemies, then she can get plus 20 and then another plus 20 of crit rate. So it is preferred that if you can get a 4-piece Blizzard for her, that's good. That's one option. Another option is a 4-piece Wanderer set because she is a bow user. So there's that option too. But your setup is totally fine too, just so we're clear. Like you have like your 2-piece bonus from Shimenawa plus a 2-piece Blizzard bonus, that's fine. But you can make her stronger and more deadly if you give her a 4-piece Blizzard, because then she can crit more sustainably. And therefore, if you can also raise her crit damage a little bit more, that's also good. But then 171.5 is pretty good. In terms of Klee, yeah, you just want to raise her crit rate to be above 50, preferably closer to 60 or 70 if you can, and her crit damage as high as possible, and energy as high as possible. Ayaka, yeah, I think you are on the right track here. Similarly, she could benefit from a cryo set instead of the gladiators and the noblesse set. However, because you picked the noblesse set, then it's good for the burst damage. And then I'm assuming you only use her for a burst CPS ish, right? So then that's fine then, yeah. Yeah, and then of course the crit and all that is good. Oh, but she has energy issues, so your energy is a bit low at 105. So you might want to look into that if you can swap the pieces to get like better pieces with better energy. Ka-ching, let's see. Okay, so 2-piece Thundering and 2-piece Gladiator. And then like crit rate is good. It's at least minimally above 50. And then crit damage is 162. Her energy is fine because she is pretty fast, and yeah, she's okay, but you can always get, I mean, you can never have too much energy nowadays. So that's that. Next, Raiden. Okay. So, Raiden, yes, her crit rate needs to be higher. And her crit damage also needs to be higher. Her energy is really good. It's basically close to 300%, so that's good. And you did give her the 4-piece emblem, so perfect there. Just need to bring up her crit rate and her crit damage. Hu Tao. Okay. So Blackcliff Pole is good for her. Blackcliff is a good placeholder. But if you don't have the 5-star, which I'm assuming you don't, because otherwise you would have used it, which is fine. Don't worry about that. She also, some people have used Dragon's Bane on her because of the Pyro passive. That's one thing to consider. But because then in this case, if you don't kill any mob enemies, or if you're facing only like elite, like single solo target enemy or like the boss, you won't be able to get any of the passive bonus anyway. So if you can maybe consider another like pole arm that has a passive bonus that you can activate, then at least that's extra damage, right? Or can be extra damage. That's all. And then the crit rate, yeah, it's a bit low, and if you can get her some energy, that would be nice too, but she's not like energy hungry, at least, I think. Yeah, Child with the Rust is fine, and then like 2-piece Noblesse and 2-piece Hydro set. So if you can do, or sorry, 3-piece Hydro set. If you can do like a 4th-piece Hydro set, that would be better. He also does well with a Shimenawa's 4-piece set, and similarly to Hu Tao, she also does really well with a 4-piece Shimenawa set too. They're actually, Hu Tao and Child are very similar in terms of how they're built and how they're supposed to be used. Yeah. Okay, and then Xiao, sorry, let me go back to Child first, I forgot to say. So the crit rate is good, the crit damage could be higher. Yeah. He doesn't have any energy major issues, I think. It's him as a character overall isn't like screwed or anything if you don't give him more energy. Yeah. Xiao definitely needs energy though. Xiao also needs HP. Yeah, the crit rate is good and the crit damage is good too. But if you can get some more energy somehow, that's also good. Yes, and yes, for Xiao, you don't need a 4-piece VV set because he can't utilize the swirling as good as the other characters. So 4-piece is wasted on him, so you did the right thing. You gave him a 2-piece, plus a 2-piece Shimenawa for the 18%, so that's good. And you gave him, of course, the Wing Spear, which is great, yeah. I think you're doing great. You didn't give a cent. Guan and Xiao are your best. Yeah, they're pretty good. Your team is solid. Like, nothing wrong with them. What I'm saying is just minor tweaks. If you have the time or if you have the resources to level up other accessories, then try. That's the only issue with this game is those RNG is never on our side. So you did every event and you 100%ed all the maps. So that's how you're able to get the AR60? Okay. And your crit rate is too low on Hutao. Okay, yeah. But Primo's goes to Poles, so you just started to build her. Okay, those are good tips. Okay. Yeah, I mean, those are just off the top of my head, obviously. But yeah, I think that your team is good overall. Especially if you use, like, obviously some combination of characters from those 8. You're covered, pretty much. Yeah, you're covered. You have at least one of every element there. And all of these ones are like the sub DPS / DPS characters. So that's good. You can't do the Abyss 1233 start. What's 1233? Is that the I'm drawing a blank. I'm just going like is it the boss? Is that the mechanical array? Is that 1233? You did 36 star? Nice, congrats, Rishav. Yeah. It wasn't too bad, right? Like, once you have like a routine, and because they didn't change the lineup each time, of course that's good. So you just keep the same lineup for all the cycles for the whole patch, right? So once you figured out which teams work for you, because everyone's different, but once you figure out which teams works for your setup, and your rotation, then as long as you repeat those teams for the next cycle, because that's why I always review my previous video or before I do the next one for the Abyss run, then you should be okay. Because once you know which characters, in your case, because everyone's building their characters differently, then yeah, it's good. What character of Dendro would I want? Well, we all get Collei for free, so we can't really say that we want her because we got her. I don't really care for Tignari, to be honest. However, I wouldn't mind having Tignari. But if you have to pick a Dendro character that I want, obviously I want the Dendro Archon. How about you? Exactly, the Dendro Archon. Exactly. Because at this point, those are the only 3 Dendro characters that we know of. Oh no, sorry, there's Alhaitham too, who is a Dendro character. Yes, I actually want Alhaitham as well. I want the Archon and Alhaitham, because they're both 5-star. Oh, you couldn't 36 last time, Rishav? You got 34 only. Oh, I see. Okay. So that's good then that you're able to 36 this time. But you had to upgrade new artifacts and level up talents. Ah, yeah. Those do make the marginal difference, they do, because it's extra damage when you level up talents, and obviously if you can get better artifacts with better stats, then that's always better, of course. Collei is the best boomerang bow, OP. Well, she's the only boomerang, isn't she? I don't think there's any other boomerang character. What about Baiju? Oh yeah, Baiju. I forgot about him. So we don't know what he's going to be, but the expectation is he's going to be a catalyst user, right? But we don't know what his attacks are going to be like, right? And they never even confirmed if there's a poison aspect to Dendro, which we kept speculating would be one thing, but they never said that yet. So I don't know. Hopefully they do release more Dendro reactions or Dendro combinations in the future. I don't know. You're afraid of snakes. So you don't want him. That's fine, that's fine. Yeah, I think that Archon's gonna make everyone very happy. And why not? Like, she's so cute, right? And lovable looking. Yeah, and Tignari is going to be part of the standard banner, and it's also going to become, if you, coming there, if you, on any banner where you lose the 50/50 for the featured 5-star as well, because he's part of the standard banner. So there's that option as well. So, nothing wrong with that, but I mean, it doesn't make him any more special then. Because you know how, like, a lot of people, like, when we get these standard characters now, Most people don't care anymore, I think. I think people have moved on because the game has already been established now for 2 years. Whereas in the very beginning, people were re-rolling their accounts when they started a new Genshin account to try to get D-Luke because they all thought that D-Luke was the best. I'll be honest, I didn't really care for D-Luke, and I'm glad that I did not get D-Luke until he was my final standard 5-star to get from losing the 50/50 or pulling just on the standard banner from the wishes that we get for free. So yeah, I don't really have any sentiment for D-Luke. I think Jean is the best well-rounded character from that group. You gotta go now, catch you later. Okay, alright, thank you so much. She will work with Klee, exactly. They need to stop giving Chi-Chis. Yeah, for sure. And Mona's. Mona's good and all, but they need to stop giving them. Your first 5-star was on AR45. Klee. Oh, congrats. Klee is awesome. Love her. Yeah, she's one of my first as well. Alrighty, so it is 6:20 a.m. my time, and I am feeling a little sleepy while I'm talking to you guys. Actually, my eyes are kind of closing, so I'm definitely happy to chat with you. But I think I'm going to end it here. So definitely, I hope to see you again soon, in either on YouTube or on Twitch. Definitely on Discord. Make sure to still chat there as well. Yeah. So I will end it here because I am feeling really sleepy. I'm sorry. But I will definitely see you guys very soon, and I will be back on Twitch to do my Mona stuff because I need to get that done. And we'll make sure to get everything for 2.8 done. Yeah, so I will see you guys there and enjoy the rest of your weekend. All right, thank you.